I'm trying to understand because
you're going to act tyrannical. We know what's going to happen.
The Constitution.
So right there, beyond, is closed to the public. If you
How
go
can their
beyond that
session be
line,
closed to the public? That's
I'm
unconstitutional.
just informing you what's going to happen. If you go beyond that line, it is considered obstruction. You'll be arrested.
They're
And
holding
you're going to
a meeting
videotape
today, closed
yourself.
session
It'll all be
of
videotaped.
legislation, and that's the issue that they have. I got another stream as well.
Where in the Constitution does it say you can do that?
He's got a man out there, guys. He's cool. We're one of them.
The old line moves all the time. If I told you I was
So what just
Black Lives
happened?
Matter, would you let me in?
What'd the officer say to you?
He basically just said that we're going to arrest you if you do
You
this.
got the wrong idea where Black Lives Matter.
Had that
and
made you
Antifa.
change your
Said
mind?
it's
Run away,
blocked
let's
up.
go
No.
inside.
That didn't change your mind on what you
Why should that change my
just
mind?
asking. Hey,
Barb,
that's
this
what I'm
is
asking you.
Olympia.
Did it change your mind on what you want to do?
He did not tell me where in the Constitution it says he can do that. You have no authority over me, sir. You have no authority over me.
Maybe if
Show me where in the Constitution it says
Little
you can do
overdressed,
that
Ash.
to me.
He's not overdressed.
Article 2, Section 11. Read it.
Dressed for the occasion.
At some point, you got to wonder, why did you become a police officer? Why did you join the military? Was it just to follow orders? Or was it to uphold your oath that you took? I mean, really, think about that. Why are you here? Why are you doing this?
Share the National Guard
Because I know
is
that your
around the
families are
Capitol
struggling
building
too. You're probably struggling
in
to feed your
Olympia,
families with this
Washington.
lockdown bullshit. The same as all of us.
to protest.
So
That's
why
what
are
it
you
is.
obeying the people causing the problem when it's unconstitutional for you to do so?
Cassidy. Yes, sir. Where's that Constitution?
I got you.
Yeah,
right
pull
here,
that
brother.
bitch right out. Read it to them. Remind
already
them why
have.
they are who they are.
I already have. But
This is
I
the
will.
state constitution, correct?
Yes.
Now let's check that out.
Top right page.
Article
Got a
2,
secondary
Section
street.
11 of the Washington State Constitution.
Anybody need a copy?
The doors of each house shall be kept open, except when the public welfare shall require secrecy. Does their session require secrecy?
Good question.
No.
Does it? Or is this a normal session? This session does not require secrecy.
That's Philip. First Amendment advocate who had his front teeth knocked out. Conservative African
Neither
American.
house shall adjourn for more than 3 days, nor to any place other than that in which they may be sitting without the consent of the other.
So state police are lined
Hear
up
that
first,
last sentence?
right here at the gate. And
They're
National
about
Guard
to
standing beside of them.
try to violate just that. They want to legislate over Zoom calls.
That was Article 2, but what section in Article 2?
No, that's right there. You have the federal constitution. That was
Oh.
the state constitution.
Oh, okay, my bad.
No, you're good, brother.
I'm still waiting to see where your constitutional right to arrest me is. Where in the Constitution does it say you can do that?
Thank you, sir. That's actually the federal constitution. It's
The doors shall be open. Clearly means
Aw, Stacy, thank
the
you.
session shall be open to the public. What else does that mean?
Stacy Snow says, donations are very appreciated. Thank you for your support. And in the event anyone does wish to make a viewer contribution,
Good, how are you?
We have every right to
my
oppose
donation
the
information is
legislative
affixed to the
process.
bottom or top of the comment sections.
So, young, you were up here saying some stuff. How old are you?
I'm 16.
You're 16. So, what got you involved?
What got me involved? I have always been someone who believes in what's right. I believe in God. I know that there are certain things that are messed up, and human nature has a tendency to control people, and whatever excuses they may make, people just naturally like to control you. It's something you have to deal with being human. But I believe that in just basic concepts of existence, the reason we come here is to prove ourselves, do what's right. better person.
Sorry about that.
And have families, learn, progress, and grow. And liberty and freedom is one of the most basic principles.
And I was told this yesterday, or 2 days ago, by the Department of Motor Vehicles.
When
I asked them, when am I going to get a...
Like, we're not trying to, we don't want to hurt them.
We'll get info from the other stream audio in a sec.
I'm not trying to hurt
Cabrini,
them. I'm not
good to see you.
them. Some people will, but that's not me. That's not me.
Got you,
part of
Sean.
this group. We just want to, I mean, I'm sure they know it too. There's secrets.
If anybody's just joining,
There's more criminals in
this is a carryover of yesterday. Just click the screen and read the description there. All details are there.
They just block themselves. They shut off that part of their mind. Their conscience goes down.
If you're new to the page, I just want to say welcome. Anybody here is welcome. Left, right, up, down, politically speaking, I don't care. I go live daily covering events and live streams from around the nation to bring you the
Everybody
news.
knows that government has a tendency.
If anybody wishes to get notified when I do go live, you can type in exclamation point notify on Facebook.
The Constitution's there. That's why founding fathers fought so much and gave so much. And
Wow, Sharif, really? 2 inches of rain
I honestly don't.
expected
I'm
by
just
you?
trying
That's
to
nuts.
fix problems. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I just want to be free, and I don't want someone to knock on my door, inject a vaccine into me, and if I won't, send me off to jail. And it's all it. Fundamentally, a lot of them are willing to shoot you, just point blank, because you won't do
Terms
vaccine.
being
That's the
protected
bottom line.
wing
Some of
by
these
the
laws, they
National
say,
Guard
this right
because
to
the
love
governor
is-
called them in.
But for example,
I suppose after seeing what happened in D.C., after already having
if you don't pay
penalties
property
there
tax, they'll come to your house
and holding a closed session today,
and they're willing to go all the way. Government is willing to go all the way for pretty much anything.
ECP was saying that their state constitution states that they have a right to publicly attend those hearings or those meetings
Even if just
where
half
they
the people
legislate
in
law
America stop believing this, stop wearing
or
masks,
implement
stop
new policies or
voting
both
for
thereof.
seats.
Like today, they're holding a
Just
vote
half the people
for
realize
legislation
agree with that.
pertaining to 2A rights, definitely, right,
Yeah. And it's called numbers.
as well as taxation
And
on
these guys
munitions
are
as
just
well.
people too. They're just humans just like us. Maybe they're trying to do what's right, maybe they're not. But it's time to realize what's going on.
Hey, I'm press. Can I come in? Can I come in on the press? I'm a member of the press.
3 minutes.
Remember the Constitution?
Appreciate
That's
you.
as much as I have to say.
Appreciate
I'm
it.
not sure if
When
they
you
were
get- when you
given
get
an order
involved?
to
When you start
disperse,
getting
but they're
involved?
counting down for a reason. I believe that
Yeah.
is when
Started
the
doing
session
research,
starts.
looking into things.
I had been to constitutional classes. I had read about founding fathers, read about statesmen like this, like Martin Luther King Jr. It just didn't click until it smacked me in the face.
Okay.
And people these days are getting smacked in the face. by
Jason, 5 minutes till
control. They
blast
go to
off.
high school and they learn about the
You are
Constitution,
not
but they don't realize
tyrant.
it.
You
They just
do
don't
not make the
realize.
rules.
Appreciate it, man.
Hey, Susie Randall, good to see you, girlie. Let's check out the audio here.
You guys should be over
I
here.
still haven't seen what gives you the constitutional right to arrest me. You're just making up bullshit rules and you know it.
Guy just made a very valuable point. The line is just a border, and the left doesn't care about borders, so why should they?
Yeah, we don't care about borders or walls, right? If the Democrats had it their way, it'd be a bunch of social workers guarding this building, saying, "Please don't go inside. Please don't go inside. Let's talk about your feelings today."
It's true.
He's saying 1 minute. He's going in.
Captain, I'm talking to you that quick.
That's all we're doing. We're spinning our fucking wheels.
1 minute he's going in, supposedly.
Are you gonna let them arrest me, Captain? Are you gonna tell your men to stand down while these people violate my constitutional right?
Damn.
Follow the oath you swore, Captain.
Yo, that's deep.
I am consenting to a search. They can pat me down. They can put me through a metal detector.
Philip was in D.C. as well, almost got squished to death. A woman next to him, I believe, unfortunately, was one of the 4 lost to
He does
medical
say he's
reasons.
going in, folks. We'll see. He's been saying this for 2 hours, that he's going in. The police already said that they'll arrest him.
He looks like one.
Are you going to tell your men to stand down while they violate my rights?
This is bullshit. We're fighting each other for nothing. Let's turn around and go into the building
10:59.
Let's go arrest these motherfuckers. They're all guilty. Come on, let's go arrest them.
Don't want to start the no more communism shit or fuck communists or anything.
I'll loop the audio between the two.
Oh yeah.
Stacy Schmidt, I see your comment there with the link. Give me a sec.
11 a.m. The session is starting. I have every right to witness it.
It's something you have to do to get through that
Protect
ruling.
myself to a search.
Fucking stop us!
Hey, what the fuck?
Now they're roughing them up. They took three or four people on him.
1, 2, 2, 8, 5, 9, 2. Motherfuckers who have the number of bitches. We got you, Tom. We got you, Tom. Arbitrary shit. Traitor! Fucking tyrant! Fucking tyrant! Remember your fucking name. And your fucking number, shit.
Taking it back.
Keep the faith, Tom! Fuck you.
Wow.
The fucking patriots are against you, motherfucker. Fuck your shit. You guys just lost. Fuck the fucking piece of shit. You guys are fucking stupid. You guys are fucking stupid for it. Yeah, you guys okay? Good time. Yeah, good time. Fuck calling motherfucker.
Good angle, good angle.
You guys are now violating your oath. Fuck your shit. Go in there and arrest those fuckers. All enemies, foreign and domestic. You have just now drawn the line. For fucking revolution. For a fucking paycheck. You're gonna fucking take the away for months. No, you guys are fucking pawns. You can deal with it now. You're playing checkers. Are you playing chess or playing fucking catchers? Fucking throw your bag down the fight. Get the fuck out of there. Fucking commie Marxist motherfucker. Play some fucking chess.
So obviously, a lot of people are pissed.
Fucking piece of shit. I might as well just start texting the boys now. Where the fuck are you guys when BLM and Antifa showed up?
Man, oh man. Cher, I've seen him around before. I don't know his name.
Where's that document?
But he holds this Constitution near and dear to his heart. Same for the flag.
Turn around and arrest these fucks and change this state for the better and change this country for the better. If you guys want to sit here and act like fucking Gestapo, yes, I'm right here to take a fucking picture. The last one.
Inslee is not a dictator. You recognize that, yeah?
Hold it for you. Yeah, I got you. That's it. I try to engage with these fuckers. All you can do is nod your fucking head. You guys are pieces of shit. Each and every one.
Oath breakers, every single one of you, especially you, Captain.
Ridiculous. Take your fucking video. Call us Nazis, call us what you fucking want.
On what grounds did you take him away? For trespassing on public property.
Public property, that's our property! Is that even a fucking thing?
For real, guys. It's a secondary charge. We paid tax money for that.
Really, Matt? They only let you share the messenger. You can't copy and paste a link.
So people are asking, why did he get arrested? Well, he got arrested because he crossed this yellow piece of tape here. And he got arrested because they deemed this private property today. So it's called trespassing for him to cross this yellow tape and for him to cross that line. He wanted to go into the legislative meeting that was happening at 11 o'clock, which that's what time the session started. He walked up to the gate with his hands up, and there was about 5 officers that did arrest him and put their hands on him. And he didn't go down on the ground, but obviously had a little bit of force. So.
Another communist is entering the perimeter.
Another
sellout just drove through. Got a mask on. Show your face. Show your fucking number. Shit. Why are you guys?
It's funny. So the press The press that probably is against America and stuff is right over there.
Hang on, let me switch the audio.
Standing there all tall, but you're just cowards.
Hey, you guys all want this lamp to give them all three together?
Whoa, what's going on there?
That's right. Wrong!
Violated your oath.
These are people who are angry about their freedoms being taken.
Oh, hang on, sorry, audio.
You come to my door for forced vaccination, I'll fucking shoot every single person that comes to my door before I catch your blood myself. That's a fucking promise.
They're the same as Antifa right now, dude.
Oh shit, I made the yearbook!
May as well be.
Cabrini, I'm going to grab a cup of coffee here momentarily. You know me all too well. Scott Ward, good to see you.
That's not doing their job, no.
Everybody else on YouTube, good to be with you. Facebook, you as well.
They've been conformed to the bullshit that's happening, man.
Why do you think people are here? Do you think they're here because we're fucking happy?
So this is a legislative protest. What's going on here with BCP? Give me a second. Regardless, I can get you a feed from here. Give me a second. Let me reconnect to BCP. Should take a sec. Let me get you audio as well.
Obey your oath!
Connecting to BCP. We'll see what happens. Okay, he's up. He's good.
They've been conformed to the bullshit that's happening, man.
Why do you think people are here? Do you think they're here because we're fucking
What up, Eric? Good to see you, man.
What's he hiding from?
This is 2 miles from your house, Eric. No kidding. Wow. Hang on, I'll get you audio
Hey,
there.
Ben, thank you for the super chat.
Honor your oath! Honor your oath!
Honor your oath! Honor your oath! Honor your oath! Honor your oath! Honor your oath! Honor your oath! Honor your oath! Honor your oath! Honor your oath! Honor your oath! Honor your oath! Honor your oath! Honor your oath! Honor your oath!
None of these people, every single of you know what it's like to wear those boots. The training that you
This is common sense conservative streaming here.
We didn't vote for these fuckers so they could just hide from
But if the President-elect Biden gives you orders that you have sworn an oath to,
Thank you, Miss Bliss.
the Constitution and hearts of people you love.
I could definitely use some coffee. It's chilly out here. It's supposed to have 2 inches of rainfall today.
Yeah, that's what a viewer was saying. Nuts.
Keep it up, we're gonna stop paying taxes. This is bullshit.
This guy's streaming here that we're on. Right there.
Good man, good man.
And everyone shut down everything for their immune compromise, like my son. Down syndrome.
Come under here to
All this shutdown happened. So what it is, we leave him out of the COVID emergency response plan. Why? These are the people he's supposed to be protecting. And I know many of us have people with immune systems.
Hey, Tim. Good to see you, girl. Tarina says she sees a lot of familiar patriots.
What?
I don't agree with the name calling. I know the sacrifice you guys made.
And
she's
this
being
is
ironic.
not Trump supporters. I would say you were right. However, I've been watching Olympia and I recognize most everyone on the stream,
Correct. Washington State does not have
as well as
a,
the streamers.
income tax. We have a
But
sales
I could
tax,
understand the misperception.
but no income tax.
Someone who hasn't, how they might say that.
That's why I was like, it's his. You know what you should read? You should read the actual oath.
Janice says there's supposed to be a trucker strike between January 18th through the 21st in Joplin, Missouri. You're gonna get to try to go live there. Okay, you let me know.
You got somebody here because you care. No one on this side can tell you any different.
That's right, Tarina. Yep, Philip. First Amendment advocate, free speech. That happened, I believe, in San Francisco. His front teeth getting knocked out.
This is what welfare recipients look like, you guys.
People who live
on our dollar. Those of us who actually go to work.
Different. But you have a decision to make soon. When that COVID-19 vaccine becomes mandatory, it will be genocide to every person with Down syndrome.
Hey, Sharon, good to see you.
These people are the best of us, and we do
Janice,
nothing
this
but
is
destroy
Patriots.
them through abortion and
For
prenatal
people who are
screening, you guys.
right-leaning with their
I have
political
abortion
views.
in my history, but only God can heal a lifetime of shame to a child.
Or things that have been politicized in that matter, that are really medical or opinionated or whatever they be. Pride in one's nation. Anybody joining, just tap the description. All the details are
If
there.
you participate, that's when it's going to be treason.
There's currently a closed session of legislation taking place.
You're going to have to decide. It won't be an easy decision.
You read, live, law enforcement prepares for today's legislative protest at Washington State Capitol.
You are the protectors. We depend on you to not follow orders that will murder. We are depending on you, police.
Kathy says, Trump train coming through. Choo choo.
It will allow people with Down syndrome to become
No, Scott, I did not hear any order that was signed by POTUS last night. Did anybody else? Yeah, Sheila, I never thought like kids to any kind of protest was good, but is that Black Rebel right there? Yeah, it is. We just got a third stream.
The comrades are.
Just gotta watch the audio.
What is this?
Good to be with everyone today.
What is this coming?
As always, hope this finds you well.
What is going on?
This is presently Olympia, Washington. Let me just lower that. Where a closed session is taking place.
Good.
And these things often will get counter-protested, like yesterday it did. Just gotta check that. Wow. Okay, that's a statement. You are here, Robert Duffy. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. That's right, real life.
So, man.
The gun laws and munition laws as well. Taxation on munition. Eric, good to see you, brother.
So you guys do realize that we're not here to cause problems or be violent or trash.
See, it doesn't sound like it.
We're not throwing
Everyone's here shouting obscenities to them.
Right? We're not throwing
It could be my daughter standing right there.
rocks at you.
So we're just as well on this
I
side.
started this in the summer
It needs to stop.
because Antifa was fucking
We
up
have
the
a lot
top.
of different issues that are being swept under the rug.
And we got in between us.
We're talking about the end of the endangered people right now.
Back in their office. Because we were fucking dealing with it. And now you guys come out here with riot gear, stinger grenades, tear gas, rubber
That's
baton
Philip, hang on.
rounds, all this less lethal stuff.
Right there.
For what?
Just try to walk in peacefully.
We're not the ones out here screaming defund the police. We're not out here screaming, quit your jobs. We're out here saying, do your job.
Yeah, Tammy, I noticed her mask as well. Thought that was clever.
What's wrong with you? Honor your oath, be honorable.
33%. 33% of Washington's small businesses are no longer in business. That's the
Wow.
people of our state that we live in, that you guys are enforcing laws in, that never get a paycheck again for their dreams.
Look at all the media cameras just turn off when he says that. Y'all don't give a fuck about your own city. You don't give a fuck about your
Daxion,
own
that's
state.
what they said the last time,
You
too.
want them to know about the suffering going on.
Just doing your
You want to back up the communists. That's what you're doing. Right when he said that. That's what everyone needs to hear.
I guess their frustration is, hey, Tracy Marie, good to have you from New York. Big fans of Cuomo and de Blasio here. Hope you are too. I'm just kidding. I just knew that they were that
Could
for New
any one of
York.
you imagine owning a
You
small
got it,
business,
Tammy, right? My pleasure to give you the
and then
government.
the governor says that, oh, you can't operate your business because people are getting sick? Not even 1%.
I'd rather get sick than not be able to feed my own family.
I want the choice.
I mean, if you guys think that it's okay for people to lose their livelihoods, commit suicide.
Oh my God, she made it up here. Holy crap. Oh, it's unbelievable.
You know, my kid now has to go see a freaking counselor,
CSC Media
right?
Group.
Because she hasn't had any damn human interaction for months.
Yeah, Robert Duffy.
You guys should check out the video that I put up. I interviewed her for a little while, debated. Oh, it was just pure insanity. It's just pure insanity. She thinks Trump's the Antichrist. It's just, it's
Yeah, Robert Duffy. 58
She's so
million
happy to see me just now. Oh, God.
into poverty.
And you guys are out here for what?
Oh, so there's a counter protester. We've got one. Bogey,
Because our governor's
coming in
trying
hot.
to take away our gun rights? Well, obviously you guys believe in the freaking Second Amendment, right? Right? Every last one of you has a gun. Every last one of you has personal guns. And you guys are just letting them take them away. Oh, wait. You're exempt. Because you're in law enforcement, so you don't give a shit.
What happens when you're not law enforcement?
What happens when you're not law enforcement?
What happens when we come from here? What happens? Because you guys are letting
Nope.
by not doing your jobs and arresting them.
Kathy. Wow, keep smoking, lady.
Don't take it too far, guys. Don't take it too
Blue rallies have you
far.
guys been to? Off duty. How many? When we were getting assaulted with bricks and bear mace and paint
Matty
grenades
Cook, good to see you, brother.
that Antifa
Olympia,
made.
Washington.
How many back to blue rallies have you guys been to? Jack and shit, right?
They're not even blue anymore. They're black. They're fucking stormtroopers from Star Wars.
If we're out here chanting Black Lives Matter, I have a friend, he's black, he's right here. His life matters.
And not more or any
I just want to let you guys know,
100%. 80% of you wouldn't be here.
this one fella right here on the megaphone, he has been probably one of the most pro-cop, back the blue, to the point where it's like he used to speak
Come on now,
out
bud.
against
Okay,
anything
hang on, we'll go to BCP.
possibly negative
Get rid
against
of this. Since they got lag, we'll go to BCP. Hang on one sec. Let me get that to you.
How many bricks and rocks have
So-
you guys taken today and yesterday?
He used to be mad at anybody who talked
How
bad
many?
against
How
the
many got
police.
thrown over that fence?
He has
How
friends
many
who are in the
people
police
climbed on
force,
top of
like
that fence
close
and ripped
friends.
it down, like they did in Portland,
We're not even littering. I'm not
like
even
they
posting
did in
like that.
Seattle. How many?
So this,
How many have the courage to say it?
until you shake your fucking head.
Got another stream.
Because your sergeant, who hasn't passed a fucking
Better
PFT
angle.
in 10 fucking years, is telling you to keep your mouth shut.
Of the guard, that is.
Damn. Burn.
Jenna, that's common sense conservative. And where we're going to be heading to is Black Bravo.
It's not that hard to do the right thing. It's not that hard. You guys just need to do the right thing.
Let's get together and get in there and arrest
This is your opportunity to show the people of Washington State.
That's
that
right,
you guys
Rachel
can
Jones.
do the right thing.
What a bug out bag
You're
is.
not here enforcing any laws. There is no active crime scene here. Is there?
God, if you agree.
Yeah, wait,
Yeah,
listen to this.
there
You
is,
got it, Jen.
actually. The active crime scene is going to happen inside that building.
And this is really ours, so we can take this shit down.
Wait, why does it say crime?
All you would have had to do
Yeah, where's the
is
crime?
come say, yeah, there's a crime scene inside. And we would all freaking laugh and
They're
laugh.
referring to the crime scene tape.
Damn, bro, y'all played yourselves. So the crime scene is over here,
But
right?
you couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, we should put the tape around you guys.
Doing the right thing is not what you guys came here to do today.
You guys are committing crimes right now, so let's fucking wrap you up in tape.
You literally just arrested somebody for trespassing on public property.
It's true.
You literally did.
So only criminals
Did
are
you guys
allowed
go to
inside
the
the
police
tape.
academy to arrest people for being on public property?
Yeah, sure.
Can we huddle up here a minute, right? Let's huddle up a minute, right? Okay, so I just went and talked to the sergeant, right? You know, over there. He's a busy guy, obviously, right? And what he said was, I asked him, what I asked him was, I said, if we play the national anthem on your loud hailer, right?
Yeah.
Would he let the police officers join in and we all sing the national anthem together?
Yeah.
And he said,
The guy who got arrested,
"I can't
Tracy
order them to do
Marie,
that."
was the guy in the
Busy with
tuxedo.
communications
Black,
right
white,
now.
pinstripe
He gave them permission.
tuxedo.
He said there's no law saying that they can't join in, right? So what I figured is if we apologize for the people that have cursed them today, Adam today, you know, right? Because, you know, maybe not that, right? But if you want to try and...
I mean, how are they doing their job right now?
And whose side is he on?
I mean, nobody can argue
Well,
that.
they might be able to express solidarity with us by singing the national anthem with us.
Well, he played
Take a knee and see if they come take a knee with you.
Yeah.
Yep, I see you, Janice. Businessman.
National news, right? It's still on all the replays.
Anybody ever needs me, just tag me, and I'll see it.
Statistically, right, there's probably a lot of Trump supporters in there, right? People that voted for Trump, you know, people that are patriots.
Right, but they're also in charge of enforcing the laws.
Yeah.
They don't have
What
to
law are
obey
they
the mayor. They
enforcing?
can tell the mayor, no, we're not going to do that. They've
Literally
done
not
before.
enforcing any laws right now.
Yeah, exactly. I
There's
agree.
no law that says you can't walk in there, but if we do, we go to jail.
Yeah,
How is that right?
I agree.
I mean, is it right?
No, but I just thought it'd be a good way of them being able to show solidarity with us.
I mean, I'm not
Because-
cussing them out.
No.
I'm telling them they just need to do their job.
Yeah. Well,
See, we're just like,
it's just an idea, right? You know.
I think because
No, but we have to get mad and curse them out as long as they're peaceful and breaking any laws. Because what they're doing, we can't be all kind and happy and, oh, we don't like what you're doing. Can you please stop when they're doing this? Or else they'll keep doing it to no end.
You know, I'm a nationalized citizen. I was born in England.
So here's the thing, once again, is that people don't know where to go. We don't know what to do.
I came here legally. I didn't break any laws to come here.
I don't think that's a Scottish accent, Dolores.
I get pissed off when people start talking shit about the United States.
unless you're a natural born American white male,
Well, yeah.
then it's not so
Bill,
welcoming.
I believe it's
It's
a session.
It'll 100% is.
It's a lawmaking session.
It's the melting pot of the world.
Yeah, when you hear the American national anthem, if the hairs on the back of your arm don't start to, you know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, you know, there's something wrong with you. But all I was thinking was, it would be giving them, rather than cussing out, you would give them an opportunity to show solidarity with us. And it would make news also. It would make good news.
I went down this entire line.
Sec.
Anyway, if you're loud, Haley, you know it's up to you.
Andrew's debating he's debating the prophet over here.
entire life.
She won't. Ask her a question. She won't answer your question. I know. She won't answer scripture.
First, you asked me where Joey Gibson was, and we're like, we don't know. And you were trolling. That's why you're trying to people.
Not many people turned out. BCP was mentioning before.
She has no scripture for this, but
yeah, you have no scripture to back it up.
no, you, not you. You scripture.
Revelation 13.
Which one?
Revelation
Where God
13.
rebukes those He loves?
Revelation 13.
Which one?
Stacey
Which
Snow,
part?
thank you.
Revelation 13, the whole chapter 13, when it talks about the mark
In
of the beast.
about 40 minutes. As always,
You're good at scripture.
should anyone
She's not.
deem the quality of content
She's not.
worthy of liking and reacting, then really just go a long way with the algorithm just to help get this out to more people.
Or chapter 13.
Was people didn't use Arabic numbers until the printing
Explain what
Oh, beloved, good to see you, girl.
yourself.
that the mark of the beast.
Also, being viewer funded, if anyone wants to or wishes to make a donation, I do have a Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal pinned to YouTube and Facebook. Other than that, let's get back to the action. I didn't know I wasn't on the screen for you guys. Oh, snap. Look out.
You don't know?
You don't know that?
No, don't know who Jesus' grandmother is.
Sorry.
No.
Well, then you don't know much about the Bible, then, do you? Her name was Anne.
So evangelicals believe the number 666 mark of the beast will be displayed as a cloud.
The other stream's acting up.
Remember that. Her name was Anne, right?
Here.
That's a misinterpretation of what St. John envisioned, because Arabic numbers weren't used until the printing press was created 14 centuries after it was written.
So
Why have you reconnected when you had nothing?
Oh, yeah.
what statement are you
That's what a certain political party didn't understand about the antifas is that for
Okay,
the
so what
practice
happens
of
if-
appeasement,
what
they
happens
don't
if he-
care about
What happens if he's not?
who
What does the
got
Antichrist?
elected
What does the Antichrist do?
left
Tell me,
or right. They
what does
just
the
care
Antichrist
about
do? Let's just say Trump is
their
the Antichrist. Let's just say, I'll go with it. What does he do? What does the Antichrist do? You tell me. I don't want that. I want you to tell me, please, what the Antichrist. No, you tell me. What does the Antichrist do?
He rises to power by deceiving
Louise.
the world that he's the only one to fix the world's problems. He
con-
marks his brand on everything.
Continue. What else?
People, where's the Trump?
Continue.
Who's wearing the mark of the beast on
Continue.
their
She's like
Continue.
All right, there's lag on common sense behind.
Right, and
Oh, she's even going after Black Rebel. Look at that. She's a feisty one.
He has logo on his stuff. So what about North Face? Is North Face CEO with the North Face jacket that says North Face on it over here? Does that make it the mark of the
Let me
beast?
see what North Face says, how that converts
Oh
into
my
a
goodness.
number.
I think we found one.
Anne doesn't have a
North
number.
Face is, but this is a North Face jacket. So is North Face, are they the mark of the beast too?
So what's the final? So let's just say Trump is the Antichrist. I'm still trying to go with your. What does that mean? That he is? Are you going to avoid it?
That he's trying to start World War III so that he can turn around and take all the souls with him.
But if
hold on.
Man, she's getting all up in that girl. Social distance, lady.
What's the end result?
Bringing souls into
What's the
hell.
end result?
Bringing souls
No, the end
into
result.
hell.
Who wins?
Cher says that woman is misquoting the word of the Lord.
The end
Ignore
result,
her.
God wins. It's going to come. Period. Trump, Obama, don't matter. Antichrist is
Christopher
coming. Period. At some point. Who
Trigger.
cares?
He's here, and
He's
he's
here.
trying to bring souls into hell.
Okay, well, how do you? Okay, fine. So hold on.
That's
So
correct.
if you-
Jarena
so-
brings up a valid point for
Okay,
Revelation.
okay,
Too
fine.
many people
So
hate
what is
Trump
your job to do then?
for him to be the
trying to
Antichrist.
save
The
people
Antichrist
from
will be
going to
someone,
hell.
Well, then
a
let's hear
false
the gospel
prophet
message.
loved by the
I
world.
want to stop people
That's
from
right.
going
Then
to
how do we do that?
They need to recognize.
How do we
that
do?
Trump
That's
is
not the gospel
Antichrist.
message. That's not the gospel.
Trump is the Antichrist.
Tell me the gospel if you're trying to save souls. What's the gospel message if you're trying to save souls? Not Trump is the Antichrist. That's not the
Trump
gospel.
is the Antichrist.
You don't know the gospel because you yourself are not saved.
And of all
You
people,
yourself
she's
are not
talking to
saved. You don't know the
BCP
gospel.
about it.
You're out here for Trump. Well, it's a myth. The gospel is a myth.
No, people mistakenly try to connect the prophecies from Daniel with the prophecies from Revelation. They each tell a different story.
About
the
what?
Antichrist is many people. Trump is the Antichrist described in Revelation.
Is he the one that's going to sit in the new?
The Antichrist described in
Is he?
Daniel.
Is he the one that's going to sit in the temple?
Antichrist described in Revelation.
Like
the
the
one that's
litter
going to
of
sit in the temple?
28 cats she has.
There's many Antichrists.
There's many
But how do you get? How does?
Trump is the Antichrist described in Revelation.
Okay, he's
Despite the revelation.
Is he the one that's going to sit in
So
the temple?
despite the word of the Lord.
He's trying to.
Is he going to sit in the temple?
It doesn't say
Antichrist. Hold on. Is he?
Temple? What temple?
Well, you don't know about the temple, the third temple?
What temple?
The third temple.
Of what?
What do you mean of what? Where the Antichrist will sit and dwell as the ruler.
In Daniel?
No.
Yeah, I'm so cold right now. Thank you, Reaper. Yeah, hit that like button. It is chilly out here. 2 inches of rain supposed to fall today. It's wet.
Up. I was hoping you could hear them debate.
If it
was the other way around, you don't know.
Actually, he don't, because he's not in the White House right now. So where will he sit?
You know what would happen if a preacher shows up to an antifa party?
Oh, wow.
Okay, so okay, fine, he's in jail. When will he get released from jail and sit in the third temple? Has the third temple been built yet?
He's been sitting in the White House for 42 months.
Is the third temple built yet? Wait, he's been sitting in the he's been sitting in jail for 42 months.
He's been out since June.
He's been in jail for 42 months?
No, he's been out of the presidency since June.
Is your mask causing
what?
into your brain?
What? I'm lost.
I'm still trying to figure
What
out how
did
to get
she just
saved
say?
because you're worrying about Trump so much. If you're trying to save people from hell, why are you not trying to save people? Why are you not saving people, telling them about Jesus and the gospel?
I'm assuming that this is being broadcast to his followers. They can learn that Trump is the Antichrist.
Okay, well, let's learn about Jesus. I want to learn about Jesus.
Goodness.
Nothing. Nothing. Crickets. Wow. She was in Salem. She was in Salem, folks, doing the same exact thing. Just walking around, worried about the mark of the beast being Trump. That's all her thing is. That's her whole thing. She goes around in people's faces with that, just like that. Just holds it up.
What's up, brother? How you doing? You just checking out the Gestapo? I don't mean to mock. It was just, how often do you hear that?
You guys are good at that shit.
Beloved said, what girl? Bye. Chris Johnson, not Tifa. Hey, Joe Romley, good to see you, brother.
What's the rate?
What are we talking?
70 meters, maybe? 71?
Please tell me you got to
Draxel says, empty she is.
They don't give a fuck. Yes, sir, boss. Yes, sir, boss. I shoot that motherfucker with the wrong gun. Yeah, no, he's having a good time up there.
Like more of like planting seeds in the right direction, you're saying. Just like small seeds. Even if it doesn't do shit, just plant seeds.
Hey, they're not really listening to us down here, but we can try to get you an umbrella if you need one.
Yeah, I hear it, yeah. Well, just put, like, this is
Draxon, someone did comment a link about
United Socialist
Pompeo speaking, but I don't know the details yet. Yep, Draxel. They have been gathering outside of Twitter for some time now. Matter of fact, I can show you what the present look there is outside the Twitter headquarters very quickly. If it will go, let's go. Nothing special. That and their cameras tilted too high, but that's what the look is at the Twitter headquarters.
How are you guys doing today? You cold?
Let's check out Black Rebel.
Oh, the water's dripping down your shirt. Mine too, and I have an umbrella. Oh, it's horrible.
Stand up for your own. They didn't keep us safe from Antifa.
No, dude, I got a rock, I got a bear mace, I got all sorts of shit down there from those dudes. They weren't even anywhere inside.
They won't do anything like this for Antifa.
No, of course not.
Antifa do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Open the doors for them in D.C.
So do we all have to go get our black pajamas on and come back like ninjas? Will that make everybody's day? You guys can actually do something. Yeah, I'll tell you what, if there was a whole group of ninjas out here, this would not be the response that they're getting.
Well, the ninjas said they were going to be here at 2, so we'll see.
The ninjas are coming at 2 if you didn't hear that.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
They told them yesterday. Yeah, feel free to clear on out.
Holy Canada, there's a lot of guys here.
Did you say Holy Canada?
It's an army.
Yeah, Tammy. Tammy says take the little ones home. Just given the variables and the risks that can take place, yeah, probably wise.
And I know a lot of people are showing concern for the kids, but
Hey.
these kids are actually very
Winky
active. They come to every event. They talk a lot. You know, they're not, you know, human shields, shall we say. The kids like it.
Good to have you still here, Stace. Justin, good to see you. Pompeo
Again,
on
Mark,
at
stop
3
saying stop.
Eastern. Okay, so Pompeo is speaking at 25.
I'm not defending the parents. It's cold, man.
And
I get
know
it.
that
Like, I
he's just
understand
making
the
an announcement. from what I understand.
concern. I'm just saying the kids, they've been coming to a lot of these
Rachel
things.
Jones Hut, keep the children home or don't go.
Okay. But true or false? The Antichrist was born in the privilege.
Oh, goodness. Crazy cat lady, still there.
Is born in the privilege. True or false?
Where does it say that in the Bible? That you call a myth? I'm asking that question. Do you call the Bible a myth? Where does it say it?
That's the guy who's speaking right now.
Oh. Yeah, no, it's fine. I liked it.
That's what I was going for.
It felt good.
I can't claim that. I can't claim that one. I do not.
So one of Quincy's fellow street preachers has arrived. Quincy's fellow street preacher. We had Matthew yesterday. We have a new street preacher here today. This is part of the, what do they call that? The street preacher.
Why do you have a mask?
It's
Why are you getting in my face?
masks don't stop the cough from like getting into you, so you know. Quincy, what do you have to say for your fellow street preacher out here today?
Oh, Charlie, I was prepping on cats.
She won't listen. She's just kind of like a rebellious spirit. So,
All right.
I'm trying to correct her, but she don't want to be corrected.
You know, you should have some sort of credentials for your fellow street preachers coming out. Is she going to be invited to SOPA? You sure?
No, she will not.
Should I give her the information?
That'll be a harsh rebuke if she came to SOPA.
I don't know.
You're right.
I don't know.
The cat lady.
I think you need to do better training, Quincy.
Politicians, they're spending and taking our money. They ain't doing anything for us. That's how come we're here.
We got 150 people in here and 100 reactions.
He's legit Seattle Times.
Anybody here is welcome, left, right, up, down, politically speaking. I don't care, so long as you respectfully agree to disagree with anyone else who might not agree with you. It's the only thing that I ask. That same respect will always be extended your way.
Yeah, he's not
You're
a
welcome
cop.
to type in exclamation point notify in Facebook to get notified when I go live. And basically what I do is I just go across all the different platforms.
Get out of here, Javi. Huh?
For example, this is Facebook.
Matthew
You
got
look at
beat
the
up
top
yesterday
left-hand
by
corner.
Antifa, came back up here.
Generally
Actually,
speaking,
so
the
first he was up
location,
here,
the platform, as well as
and
the
then he got
streamer's
chased
name
around
will
up
always
here,
be
and
up
people
there.
were like talking crap to him.
But in rare
and
instances
then
like
he
this,
went
when
down
I'm here,
to Antifa, and he got like a whole can of bear mace, and he got he was bleeding out of his side of his head.
We've got
And
an
then
awesome group of people that
he got
formed
up
the
here,
cast.
came back up here again,
yeah,
and he was kind of preaching
they-
a little bit, and then he kind of started getting amped up and hyped up a little, and he was like, "Let's go back! I'm gonna go back, and I'm gonna talk to the, to them." And he went down, got it again, and then he got arrested. So it was, yeah, it was a bad day for Matthew yesterday.
Todd
Yeah, he got jacked up
Howard,
pretty bad.
Russ,
Nobody helped him.
Lee, thank you all for the shares. Appreciate
There wasn't very
you
many
guys.
people here. All the threepers bailed.
Good to be with you as well.
No, yeah. Kevin here got called a instigator and Antifa and yeah, one of them.
Yeah, because that dude was trying to give us the freaking...
Yeah, no Antifa got charged or arrested yesterday for assaulting him at all. Nobody.
Let's hear what they're saying here.
Don't tell us they didn't give us
increase on our gas tax. So yeah, me being out here and not being in there witnessing it makes me feel very unsafe. There's a lot of power
You guys
and
feel
accountability in just witnessing what's going on.
Well, we don't feel comfortable.
I can tell you're cold. You probably you need something that's waterproof.
How's those $30 tabs treating you guys over there?
Wool's all right.
So your sweater is going to soak up all the water, and you're just going to get even more cold. You're already cold.
It's a wool sweater. Wool is meant for water. It's okay. It doesn't absorb moisture.
We got a trailer.
Wool doesn't absorb water like that. That's why they wear wool socks and things like that. So don't worry about the child.
Someone if you can
His
borrow
mother can take care of
umbrella.
him. Don't worry about the child.
Stay with me.
Oh my goodness, she's worrying about their kids too.
I'm curious about your assessment of the future. So, with Trump,
Man,
what's your assessment?
I'm confused by your sign. Can you explain it?
Everybody will finally learn about the truth of Trump's
Robert Duff, you sure about that? I've been watching and listening to 3 different streams.
SCAU,
Didn't
you're
hear
welcome.
anything like that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You were put on timeout. I don't know why. One thing, Matt, just to remember, just for everybody to remember, like a lot of these.
Enough of your speak.
Thank you for the super chat, S. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Hold on just a moment. Hopefully this won't. Thank you, Paula, for the super chat. Thank you very much.
He's using the megaphone.
He's got politicians. Remember when he was campaigning?
BC Preacher, he's got a mask on, right? No, he doesn't.
Politicians in his pocket because look,
At least believe in your own bullshit if you're going to spew it.
you heard about
These
Oh.
bullshit, I promise you.
Hey, Kathleen.
I believe in my bullshit too.
What's up? I see you over on YouTube. This is called Ultimate Podcast Report, whether it be Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook.
you heard about Becky Falwell
Yes, miss.
sucking the dick of the pool boy, right?
Hey, there's children. We don't need to be using language like that in front of the children.
And I go live daily covering protests, politics, riots, rallies, and etc.
Teach our kids that.
News and current events around the country.
We don't. No, we don't. Hey, I have this really cool siren on this thing. Do you want to hear it?
I got the same one. It's a great siren. I got the same one. Just press it once.
I think
Janice Pompeo is speaking in give or take 17 minutes.
James Lee, could you come out and cite her for not social distancing, please? She's not 6 feet away.
Nathaniel, good to see you, brother.
She's all right. It's just what she's saying. It's just
The blank stare the lady does when she talks to someone lets me know she's not all there in the head.
Doggy dog, come out. I got that ground you wanted.
Tyrese says, what's wrong is if it was Antifas or BLM, it would be okay.
Why don't you go in with the rest of your fucking
She said, are you a Christian? Now she's saying Christian, but she won't even talk about the gospel. She won't even...
Oh, that looks good. Hang on.
She mentioned, she asked this lady in the brown there if she's Christian, yet she won't even say what the gospel is.
They're talking.
Hey, leave her kids alone. Leave her kids alone. Leave her kids alone. Darcy, she wasn't. Leave the children alone.
That's messed up.
Leave her children
The way to get dad.
What about Let me. You're bringing up Old Testament.
Don't
What about the
consent
nose
to
ring going
condone
on
any
there?
form of
What about your
violence
nose ring?
besides self-defense, but she doesn't look
that
all
goes
there.
against the biblical rules.
I'm just. Don't cover it up. It's already been exposed. What about the nose ring?
Well, I didn't know it was exposed.
Well, what about it though?
Goodness, girls. You
Well, what
see
about the
this?
nose ring though?
It's a piece of jewelry.
Yeah.
It's a cheap piece of jewelry. But, you know, if I got a hole
I just want to play
Tara
with you.
says sorry. She's
hole
making
and they
laugh.
put it through my nostril, and that was about 12 years ago, and ever since then I wear a nose ring. It's jewelry.
I know it's jewelry. I get that. I still. Can you tell me the gospel? 'Cause I want. If someone's not born again, how they get born again?
Oh,
Trump?
that's it.
They get born again through Trump?
So those that follow the Antichrist, when
I
they
said
die,
born
their
again.
souls will burn in hell. That's the problem.
That's the problem.
And then when the end times
Well, how do you stop them?
She ain't playing.
How do you stop someone from following the Antichrist? How do you warn someone from following the Antichrist?
They have to be told, this is what I'm doing.
No, you're not talking about Jesus.
Teach your fellow street preacher, Quincy. Educator.
I'm trying. You don't want to listen. We know about. Hey, we know about Jezebel
Stacy's
spirits.
no crazy
we know about
keeper
Jezebel
lady.
spirits. I'm just saying. We know about Jezzy's. We know about.
Pam, it's her ideas, only
Yes, you
hurting
did.
herself.
I did. I went there. I pulled it out.
Yep, Jay. Jay Noonan says she's fake religion.
There went half my audience. Went-
How's it feel being a heretic?
what did they say? Let me see what. Let me read. Sorry.
A lot of those.
Yeah.
The traitors will burn in
So
hell.
she
Anyone
actually
who
goes
commits
like she actually
sin
goes everywhere.
doesn't
and
make
just-
amends for it
She
prior
puts
to
the-
their
she puts the little cardboard thing up and
excommunication from
Trump
this
is Mark of the
bodily
Beast.
form of earth
Like, wow.
into the spiritual one. Gonna see the depths of hell.
How you guys doing? How many people you got watching you, Mr. Common Sense Conservative?
12. How many
12.
you got?
I don't know. I'm on
12?
Streamlab.
We're one of them, guys. I'll back you up,
There's
bro.
no way. I can't even talk to them. I,
got
don't even know
you.
that people are watching me. I
Again,
have no
this is
clue.
Common Sense Conservative.
Just saying.
Common Sense Conservative. He helped get me started, to be honest with you guys. Real
And
talk.
I never knew that PT Steve also helped get BCP started. Ooh, Jay, she's committing high treason against God. Yeah,
enjoying the rain,
preaching the
Black
word
Rebel?
of the Lord in
Just out
vain,
here, good old Northwest weather, huh? A lot different than where,
let
Alabama?
alone to condone
Is that where
other
you're from?
people
Oklahoma, Alabama, Oklahoma, all Midwest, you know?
or condemn,
It's all
rather,
along there.
condemn.
All that Southern love, you know?
A few states a little bit more deeper in the south.
Yeah.
Really, Pam? Did you know your head lives 5 minutes after your body
What's up?
dies? And that makes
Yeah,
sense.
no, it's not open. People are just standing there to
The nervous system
not
of
be
the
like
body,
us idiots out here in the rain.
sending impulses and signals, it's all current-based. So, like a battery,
So session started up
there's
here at
still
11
going to be
o'clock
some
this morning.
form of electricity
I'll
left
give you guys a little recap what's
for
happening.
neurons and synapses to fire,
There was a scheduled rally.
as well as
People came up.
neurotransmitters.
We're
and
actually
receptors.
the Patriots were supposed to come up and stay the night, kind of like occupy the
Stone, we
grounds.
checked it out. The Twitter
so
protest,
Inslee
it's all of
called
maybe
in
20,
National
25
Guard.
people outside
That didn't
headquarters.
happen, or it was probably
I
about
got
10,
eyes
or
on it.
maybe probably about 50.
Nothing much
Patriots
as
came
of
up, had a
yet.
little rally. Had a little rally, and that was about it. Antifa showed up, about 20 of them yesterday. Today, there's legislative meetings going on about COVID and about virtual meetings, so that the legislators don't have to come in to the
Precious
actual
was up
buildings.
out of
That they
LA.
can just do their work
Check to see
virtual
if
from home, Zoom
they're
calls
still
and
up.
things like that, which would make
No.
it non-public meetings. Which, at the same time, right now, what they keep doing, they're making it non-public meetings, just like this, so that public cannot go in and hear what's happening. So they're trying to eliminate
Nathaniel,
them
isn't
having
that
to come
lady
into
just
work,
condemning
shelter work,
herself
and
to
just do
hell for
stuff at
preaching
home.
her own
We're also
biased
voting on
beliefs on
different,
people claiming it's God's word?
2A rules,
That's
Second
food for
Amendment,
thought.
and things like that. So, a few Patriots have showed up, not that many, a few. But there's 700 National Guards out there.
Jay, your brain lives for
approximately.
5 minutes because it takes 5 minutes to get judgment. I did not
So-
know that. Did not know that.
I don't know how long people are staying. I'm supposed to hopefully be doing some sort of
Coincidentally
bigger
enough, I was
interview later
forced
today.
to
I'm
be
trying to
an
get
altar
confirmation
server
on
and in
it.
the choir growing up, so that's just unacceptable.
We'll see if it happens. I don't know.
Amen, Stone. America should be concerned regardless of what side of the aisle you're on.
It was supposed to, was it 1 or 12?
The bigger picture here.
Right, one?
Yeah.
Mr. Black Conservative Preacher.
Yes, sir.
I have, somebody on
River,
here
if she's mentally ill, it's not her fault. 100% sir. But if she neglects to get help over extended periods of
Tell me what a
time,
real preacher is.
or placed on medications that could otherwise help stabilize her mood and behavior,
Yeah, I am a real preacher.
there's a line there.
All right, thanks.
All right. Is that what you told them? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Amen to the bigger picture indeed, Brigham Young.
Now, what qualifies a real preacher? Because I know what they're saying.
Well, that's what I said. I said
Scott Ward, Bill, good to be with you, gents.
Somebody said that a real preacher has a congregation. And I'm like,
No.
Jesus didn't have a congregation.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, Scott Ward, he noticed the blanks there as well, guys.
I think the disciples were preachers.
I do too.
As a matter of fact.
Yeah.
As about as open air as you could possibly get.
Yes, probably. Now, the next question would be, did they have
Jay,
any sort of
the
certificate
vaccines made
that
her
said that they
mentally
were a
ill.
preacher? Probably not.
I don't think so. I don't
Yeah.
think the state ordained them.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact, I think the state killed them.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. So
Greta, I did
just a
not see
rumor.
any video from Colorado
I will.
Springs. No.
She'll probably tell me. She'll,
If it's worth seeing
she'll
and
let me go-
anybody else has or has a link for it, don't hesitate. Feel free to drop it.
Also, someone was asking Common Sense Conservative if I was a real preacher. So, I know where he stands. I know what he believes. And so he came up to ask me live on his stream if I was a real preacher. So just so you guys know, there's a verse in Mark 16:15 that you guys can check out if you so will, if you so choose. And then you guys can get back to me on that. Let me know what you guys think.
Are they supposed to separate out the so the news said there was protests and anti-protesters, and they were going to keep them separated.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on with
the
that.
reason he has those different phones and cameras is to stream to different platforms
Is that the other side? That looks like
at
it's
once.
like, don't go over there
Good
because
God.
that's media.
You want to be around the media.
So if this is the anti, so I'll go
I
to the other side.
I don't know, honestly. I don't know. I don't know.
somewhere.
I don't know. No, sir. So yeah, you can check out Mark 16:15 if you so choose, if you want to.
Share, the individual speaking, is a man by the name of the Black Conservative Preacher. He streams to YouTube and Facebook as well.
I gotta text my wife.
Lives
something
based
real
out of
quick.
Portland, that area. Normally Oregon, streams out of. But currently is in Olympia, Washington. There's a news network here too, guys, but I can't figure out which one it is. They're right there at the center. Be a good shot to get the crowd. No, Jay. I can say that 100% is not a fake preacher or part of BLM.
All right.
Going back a few years now.
So again, people are just standing by. I mean, it's probably going to be like this for most of the day. There's not going to be
doing
anything. I
flag
don't know
waves,
if there's
back to
opposition.
blue,
I don't know. There's
conservative events,
nothing.
PBs and stuff like that.
There's nothing. And what I mean by
Black
opposition is like
Rebel is another
Antifa coming up
individual
here getting
bunch,
mad at
very similar
patriots
as well.
I don't know if that's going to be happening or not. I have no clue. But the funny thing would be if they did come up here and start messing with people.
If anybody drops
what would
a
this fence line
comment
of
on the
state
stream
police
of
and National
Pompeo's
Guard
link,
do? Would they stay
please
behind
don't
the fence,
hesitate.
or would they actually come out and help separate, or
And I'll get that up first.
help with the chaos?
Stacy Snow, we heart the BCP, Black Conservative Preacher. Stace, Jenna Phillips, thank you. It's worth a shot. I'll type in the KIR. Search that first.
She just called him a wannabe soldier.
Why didn't you join the military?
Why didn't you join?
I'm a retired soldier.
Then why are you out here harassing kids that night?
For medical reasons, dude, look at my arm.
No, I was born with a heart condition. I cannot serve you anywhere.
Look at my arm. I'm hurt.
Yeah.
She's hurt. I'll give her a purple heart.
Which means that I have been
You're a soldier wannabe.
Does she need benefits with the VA?
I did not serve.
I mean, I know she didn't serve and everything. But
Yes, I did, and I went through all the tests.
Doug, can you get a roll tide for tonight?
And I said that
I don't know how it's said, but let's
due
roll
to the
tide.
risk of a heart attack on an elevated schedule.
What's your heart condition?
Me too, actually.
No, so we're gonna go for common
Brad,
ground here.
Rachel, it's your birthday?
We're gonna go for common ground here, right? You're veteran, right?
Happy birthday, Rach.
What is this?
Where did you serve?
Yeah, Pam, I think it's evident she's a lonely heart.
What was your enlistment?
76 Richie, 71 Lena, 75 Bravo Delta Charlie, 71 Quebec.
Quebec, that's Canadian. That's Canadian.
Tarina says she is a demon, possessed, or oppressed.
What is the phonetic letter for Q? Asshole.
She was Space Force before it existed.
What'd you say?
To everyone who was kind enough to react to the pin donation information in Facebook, I truly appreciate you guys.
It existed.
Thank you.
What's that MOS?
Oh, it's Brad's birthday today. Well, strike that, reverse it. Happy birthday, Brad. Good to be sharing the day with you, man.
Never said that. How do you guys never said that? Do I have a military ID? Yes, I have a military ID because I'm a dependent.
Let me see if I got
She's seen
black
about the other black guy.
I believe I do. One sec. She's a retired soldier now, okay.
No, my last MOS I had 5. 75 Bravo, Charlie Delta, 71 Lena, and 71 Delta.
Is that true? Can you do that?
What? I don't know if it's true. Who's military?
Who's military? I don't know.
Nobody's military. You're all patriots and too fucking cowardly to serve your country.
Well, how do we? Well, hey,
You have a heart condition, which means you can't.
Why don't you show us how to serve it? You should show everybody all these men how to serve the country.
Hey.
Right.
Show all the men here how to serve the country.
You enlist. You go up and you go to MEPS and you say, I want to enlist, and then you take the oath and you say...
But is that the only way you can serve your country?
No, you can become any time that you take the oath. Have you ever taken the oath? You can be a federal appointee. I was also a federal employee.
I can't be a federal. I can't.
I got this stream, by the way.
So how do you serve? You serve your country by taking the oath. You take the oath when you take a government job or in the military.
I've had associations with certain groups that make
I'm going to turn on a big false.
Yeah.
Blame Left Wing News Media for that one.
So you asked what my MOSs are. You asked where I serve.
And you still have it.
In Germany.
You're yes, please. Yeah, step up. Yes, step up and talk. Yeah, remember my peeps? Come talk to your peeps.
Be right with you guys in chat.
But she's Delta Force.
She's Delta, bro. Come talk.
She's Delta Farce. You guys heard it here first. She is Delta Farce. 2nd Battalion, 7th Catwoman Division. At your service.
Oh, good stuff. It's kind of fun. Just be out here in the rain. Yo.
If you want to, the soldier that's sitting right here in the corner.
Yeah.
Janice, to anyone else asking about Pompeo, again, if anyone comments in the thing for Pompeo, I will stream with it. But having problems with my software today, I don't have you guys on the extra screen, so I'm having to work with one. Otherwise, I'd grab it. Get your Scorpio here.
Yeah, you go do that.
Yeah, remember?
No, I was talking to.
I tried.
Yeah. Quebec. No, that's fucking Quebec. I grew up right by the damn Canadian border.
Wouldn't have recognized you if it wasn't for that cast. Good. Good costume.
Oh, dude, it was so much fun, though. No, you're still filming. Dude, it was so much fun.
I passed every test, but due to the fact that
You hear what happened to
I'm
Gary?
at an elevated heart attack risk,
No, Gary.
just by breathing,
An elevated cardiac
Salem guy
risk.
that led Salem March.
Oh, no.
even though I
Due
did
to
better
my
than half the
deviated septum, I get his audio.
The orders from the government.
I was up in Seattle. Governor wasn't scared. Now this is on the back porch. All my representatives, they're not doing their
Hey
job
guys,
either.
you're facing the wrong way. You should be facing that way to protect us from them because we are your enemy. Those guys inside are the
My name is
ones
Ricky
that
Day.
don't like us.
Ricky. I've been emailing my representatives. I have a mailing list of 11. Every week to every month. For over 18 months. I've only had one of them that responded to me 3 or 4 times. 1 or 2 or 3 of them responded to me 1 time.
23 degrees by
3
you, Bill.
Democrats in my region
Pennsylvania.
more than talked to me, and they have now removed me
Identical
from their
here this
mailing,
morning.
their government mailing
In
list.
the
I can't
tri-state
even
as
talk
well.
to them as a citizen that votes. What's up? Government corruption. Law corruption. lawyer
Tarina,
corruption.
no.
It's all against us.
They're voting
Well, you don't
or
side
they're
with them, so why would they
discussing, they're having
respond
a
to you?
session about
You're not on their
banning
side.
all
I'm
assault
American
rifles
Well, I know,
as well
but
as
you're not on
taxing
their.
ammunition
Well, yeah, but
as
you're not
well.
on their side, right?
So the main thing
They
here
work for
is
me.
gun rights,
Okay?
Yeah.
and then
You
the
have your
secondary thing
agreement, I
is
have
the
mine.
sale of
Okay?
No, I'm
ammunition
agreeing with you.
for what should be a
A
Second
consensus
Amendment
between the
protected activity,
disagreements
which
is what we
means
need, not violence.
no
Violence never
interference from
sells
the
nothing,
government.
and those guys
And taxation on
are
munition would be
financing
a
it,
violation and a
propagating
breach
it.
of
And
that
look at these guys. They're standing out here and they
amendment.
would kill us. For what? A fucking check? Excuse me.
Given the order, they would do that. Given the
Yes,
order,
sir.
yeah, they would do that.
Why?
Oh, Stacy Snowbank,
Whose side are they on?
please do
Their
like and
paycheck.
share the stream.
Isn't that sad?
Should you deem quality of content
But-
coverage worthy of it.
With all honesty, we all are on our paycheck.
Actually, sir, I work for the government, the Department of Defense, for 32 years.
He's
They were very
DOD,
pissed at me
okay.
because I would never go with the status quo. I always did what was right, in writing. And I taught my guys that. 32 years, I was a supervisor for 17. They never busted
Right
me,
side
they never took
broadcast
my
is
hat
up.
back. Why? Because they couldn't
With the
fuck with
speech.
the truth. If you're truthful, you'll be okay. These guys aren't truthful.
Hang on 1 second.
Good, good, good stuff.
Can you prove any of that with facts?
Yes.
Sorry, with facts, not
Yes.
the signs.
L is 50, X is 10, B is 5.
Thank you for listening to me.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
1 is, I is
Why
1.
does X stand for R?
I'm looking for a voice.
Yeah.
Because
I'll be your president.
that's what he pictured.
Who says
St. John
R
and
doesn't stand for B?
when St.
Who
John
says
saw
R
this,
doesn't stand for B?
he thought it was a
What if-
number.
what if
Just
P-
like people
what if
try to
P
find this
stand-
as a
what if
word.
What if P stands for 1?
They're speaking.
Yeah, except that they didn't use Arabic numbers and St. John was an alone. They used Roman numbers, right? You know that. Part of history, Arabic numbers weren't used until the printing press was created. You know that, right?
How much Babstock does it take to come up with those numbers?
We're low on that too. Well, man,
So are you a retired soldier? Are you a soldier or are you a wannabe? You're wearing a Marine
Call someone
watch.
else, someone.
I'm trying to get to the speech now.
Someone else
Guys
wanna
and
be
girls,
soldier.
give me a second. It just started.
man, let me explain something. We're taking numerology back to God. And that includes all the numbers. We're taking numerology back to God, and that includes all the numbers. Because the Illuminati has used numerology against us.
What's up, Chuds?
So we're going to take
Chuds?
Excuse me.
Chuds? Chudette. Chudette.
Hey, I'm the #1 chud right here.
That's the market.
Yes, you didn't know?
Oh, Lord. What have I been doing all this time?
True or false? The Antichrist is born into privilege. True or false?
All right, I got Right Side Broadcasting up.
I would really like you to get the hell
We
out
are
of
live.
here. Follow me. Thank you.
The Antichrist rises the power to become the most powerful man on earth. True or false? The Antichrist
Today, here at the
on everyone.
production operations here at VOA, and his very hardworking team who, under the added difficulties of the COVID restrictions,
Is this what you guys are speaking
worked
of?
so hard to get this job done. I want to thank John Lippman, the Deputy Programming Director, with his daily meetings for shepherding this all through and pulling it together, and most especially the Deputy VOA Director, Beth Robbins, for all the hard work she has done. Now, it's a pleasure to introduce a man who needs no introduction. I think I can do it with 2 words. They are Renaissance man. Why? Well, briefly, at the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, first in his class. A career Army officer, armor officer in West Germany. In an armored cavalry unit, he helped protect Western Europe against what Ronald Reagan had called the evil empire. Now, Ronald Reagan was known for saying some other things. He was very fond of saying there's nothing better for the inside of a man than the outside of a horse.
That doesn't look like Mike Pompeo.
It's been a long time since we've had horse cavalry, but with a little twisted emphasis on what he said, I've heard that the Secretary is occasionally heard to say, life is always better in an M1 tank. Well, after his military career, Mr. Pompeo went on to Harvard Law School, where he excelled with the Harvard Law Review. After law school, he went to Kansas and began a successful business career. He founded Thayer Aerospace, where he served as CEO for more than a decade. He later became president of Century International. From thence, he ran for Congress successfully in the 4th District of Kansas. And even as a freshman congressman, he had an outsized
What's this
influence
speech supposed to pertain to?
The depth of his knowledge on foreign policy and intelligence issues and his powers of persuasion. He was in his 4th term when the president called upon him to take upon himself the role of the director of the Central Intelligence Agency. And then in 2018, he was sworn in as the Secretary of State. Now, he's done all this while still being, at least from my perspective, still a young man. So we can expect much more from Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. I am so grateful for his honoring VOA with his presence today. Secretary Pompeo.
Okay.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for the warm welcome. Michael, thanks for your leadership of this incredibly important institution. And Bob, congratulations on returning to the helm of VOA. I am truly happy to be here. I'm honored to have been requested. And it's always fun to be with a fellow tanker, too. I want to acknowledge the other network chiefs who is with us today. Steve Yates of Radio Free Asia. Steve, where you at? Nice to see you.
Hey, Rob.
And a note of appreciation, too, to the Voice of American Journalist staff and to all those watching and listening. I've sat down for interviews with many of you in the far corners of the world. They have always been a joy. And speaking of which, too, I understand that this speech is being broadcast on TV, radio, on your website, social media, in more than 40 languages. Hats off to the translators. I have no idea how anyone can translate my talking into Uzbek this quickly. That guy or gal deserves a bonus. It's great to have this opportunity. I've been following the work of Voice of America for decades. And as Bob just mentioned, I started my career as an Army officer, patrolling the Iron Curtain, Freedom's Frontier. In the 1980s, I couldn't cross into East Germany. I was serving in a little town called
It doesn't appear that this is anything pertinent.
West Germans couldn't cross
we can
either.
Revisit this at a later
Your
point
broadcast, Voice of America broadcast could.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Millions of men and women whose names we'll never know listen to you, often at their own peril. Their governments dealt only in lies and propaganda, but VOA's listeners wanted the truth, and that's what you gave them. VOA's very first broadcast in 1942 that Bob referred to began with the Battle Hymn of the Republic, along with this pledge, quote, "The news may be good, the news may be bad, but we'll tell you the truth." I love that. I always told my son, I told the story before when he was growing up, I said, work hard, keep your faith, and tell the truth. He mostly followed my advice, and it has served him and many of you I know well. Your mandate here at Voice of America is unambiguous: to be accurate, objective, and comprehensive, and to represent America. The mission of USAGM is to inform, engage, and connect people around the world in support of freedom and democracy. That's because expanding freedom and democracy are what America has always been about. You're the voice of American exceptionalism. You should be proud of that. The world needs VOA's clarion call for freedom. Now more than ever. I hear it wherever I go. Yeah. That's what I wanted to talk about today.
We can revisit that. I got one side.
American exceptionalism wherever and whenever.
Where's BCP's audio?
Everyone who truly grabs our founding understands this. Michael and Bob have made studying this history their life's work. Many of you have made it your life's mission too. That's why you work here at Voice of America. We were indeed the first nation founded on the central belief that all human beings are endowed with certain unalienable rights, and that governments are instituted to secure those God-given rights. We have always striven for a more perfect union. And goodness knows we don't always get it right. Therefore, we need both pride and humility about our past and our present. We need the truth. But it's very clear that when Americans have united around our founding values, be it in Philadelphia, at Gettysburg, at Seneca Falls, or during Martin Luther King's March on Washington, we've made good on our founding promise time and time again. Now, our adversaries try and claim otherwise. When the Chinese Communist Party attempted to exploit the tragic death of George Floyd to claim their authoritarian system was somehow superior to ours, I issued a statement which read in part, quote, "During the best of times, the People's Republic of China ruthlessly imposes communism. But amid the most difficult challenge, the United States secures freedom. There is no moral equivalence. This is a self-evident truth.
Second,
it is not fake news for you to broadcast that this is the greatest nation in the history of the world and the greatest nation this civilization has ever known. Indeed, I'm not saying this to ignore our faults. Indeed, just the opposite. It is to acknowledge them.
Mike Pompeo speaking.
But this isn't the vice of America,
Mike Pompeo is
focusing on everything that's wrong with our great nation. It's the voice of America. It certainly isn't the place to give authoritarian regimes in Beijing or Tehran a platform.
Mike Pompeo.
Your mission is to promote democracy, freedom, and American values all across the world.
Okay. Mike Pompeo.
U.S. taxpayer-funded institution aimed squarely at that. Indeed, this is what sets VOA apart from MSNBC and Fox News and the like. You can give voice to the voiceless in dark corners of the world. You're the voice of American striving. You're the voice of American exceptionalism. You are indeed the tip of freedom's spear.
Yeah, I know.
Now look, like many government agencies after the Cold War ended, our international broadcasters, well, they lost their way. Many of you know this. And there were, I'm sure, many reasons. The Soviet Union had collapsed, the wall had come down, names like bin Laden and Zarqawi and Baghdadi weren't widely known. In fact, many wrote that history was over. We allowed security protocols to lapse, and VOA lost its commitment to its founding mission. Its broadcasts had become less about telling the truth about America and too often about...
We are you. We are veterans. We're ex-cops. We're ex-police officers.
Shut the gate. Shut the gate.
What's up? Why are you doing that?
That's in part why Congress created the role of CEO of USAGM on a bipartisan basis. And it is again why I'm here today. I read that some VOA employees didn't want me to speak here today. I'm sure it was only a handful. They didn't want the voice of American diplomacy to be broadcast on the Voice of America. About that for just a moment. Look, we're all part of institutions with duties and responsibilities higher and bigger and more important than any one of us individually. But this kind of censorial instinct is dangerous. It's morally wrong. Indeed, it's against your statutory mandate here at VOA.
What's
Censorship,
VOA?
wokeness, political correctness. It all
Veterans
points
of
in
America,
one direction. Authoritarianism cloaked as moral righteousness. Similar to what we're seeing at Twitter and Facebook and Apple and on too many university campuses today. It's not who we are. It's not who we are as Americans. And it's not what Voice of America should be. It's time that we simply put wokeism to sleep.
Greta,
and you
is
can lead the
someone
way.
pressing the bad
You all
button,
know. That's why
spam
you
it?
came here. There's a new dawn
If so,
here at
I
Voice
could
of America. The American public
do
doesn't know
something
this,
that would
but when
address
Michael
that,
took office,
if need be.
some 1,500 employees, almost 40% of the workforce,
Lori,
have been
location top
improperly
left.
vetted, including many with high-level
This is
security
Olympia,
clearances.
Washington.
VOA was rubber stamping J-1 visas for foreign nationals, including some from communist China. We shouldn't be doing that. We have plenty of Mandarin language speakers here in America, and we are building, growing, teaching, educating more. Committed patriots, some of Chinese American descent who are amazing people. The Trump administration team is working to fix these national security threats. We want to vet employees properly. We want to reorient VOA to its mission of truth and unbiased reporting. We want to depoliticize what takes place here. It's too important for the American people and for the world. Returning this organization to its charter and its charge to spread the message of freedom, democracy, and American exceptionalism. This isn't about politicizing these
Now people are
institutions.
talking to the
Trying to take
mainstream media.
politics out. That's a pretty good feature story for whoever wants to write it up. As Secretary of State, I'm telling you all of this because I want the best for the people here and for this organization, because you are vital to helping America shine light into the darkest places with the power that only America can muster.
That'll work, actually.
Governments like those in China, Iran, North Korea, they don't have the respect for the universal dignity of every human being in the way that America does. Indeed, that is what America was founded upon. Those regimes are anathema to everything that our nation stands for. We know that government exists to serve people. They believe that people exist to serve government. The VOA's work is vital. As I said before, you're the tip of freedom's spear. Every week, 278 million people listen to VOA in 47 languages. There are Iranians who are listening.
My apologies to those of you in chat. I'm trying to manage the audio.
There are Moldovans and Ukrainians who want truthful reporting, not Russian disinformation and propaganda. There are Chinese citizens who are tired of a regime that's done nothing but brutalize them since 1949. There are Venezuelans who want to know the truth of the Maduro regime's corruption. There are oppressed people all over the globe who still turn to America for hope. Now, I know many of you, especially those of you overseas, continue and have done heroic work. Thank you. I want to commend VOA's Hong Kong reporting team, which faced political intimidation, harassment, and attacks, but still got the job done. My highest praise. Well done. You were behind the barricades of the freedom fighters telling their stories. You're
That's
upholding
exactly
VOA's
right.
finest traditions
Rachel
and
Jones,
continuing to be the voice of American exceptionalism.
Washington State Governor called
They
in
also
the
want to pay
National Guard
tribute
protect
to
the
members
Capitol
of
building
the other
during
radio
closed
services who are
session
here and
held
listening.
today.
The
due
only
to what
legal
happened,
language news service in
this
the
last
world
week here.
is run by RFA. You've told everyone who will listen, indeed some who didn't want to, the truth about the CCP's atrocities against its own people
Thank
in
you so much,
Xinjiang,
Cameron.
the stain of the
Appreciate you.
century.
How you doing?
And you've done so despite the fact that the CCP has jailed the relatives of at least 6 RFA journalists
Yeah, she made.
in Xinjiang's internment camps and continues
up here for a
to
minute.
threaten you and your families simply for doing your jobs. Your work takes courage.
Yep.
Please keep telling everyone who will listen. what's happening in the toughest parts of the world. The world expects it, and America will be better off for it. I want to leave you with a quote that conveys why the VOA's mission is so critical before I take some questions from Bob. This quote's from a ways back. It's from George Washington. He said, quote, "Truth will ultimately prevail where there is pains to bring it to light," end of quote. When America brings truth to the world, we bring light. Don't forget that. It's what you do. May God bless you. May God bless the voice of America. And God bless these United States. Thank you all.
Can I ask you guys and girls, what is the Voice of America? Is that an organization, a group, political? All right, I got chats up. We're looking all right.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary.
Thank
Some
you,
of the
Marie.
questions I have for you were
modding, as well
fielded
as my
from our
mods over on
division
Facebook.
directors who wanted to also have their
Go ahead,
input to get you to answer some of
full
these.
screen.
But let me begin with this one. This isn't a commercial media. We can afford to tell the full truth about America and the amplitude of American life and all of its facets. In your many travels in your recent years, what would you judge as those parts of America that are least known by foreign audiences that we need to tell them about?
Yeah. You know, it's a really good question. If I have a chance in a moment where we are away from the formal business of the day, I'll often ask ambassadors or foreign ministers, when were you last in the States? What'd you do? Where'd you go see? The answer is almost always, I went to New York, I went to Washington, I went to San Francisco, or I went to Los Angeles. The adventuresome may have traveled all the way to Boston. Boy, that's not representative of all of who America is. I'm from Kansas. There's a different, it's a different place in so many ways.
I'm sorry to keep doing this to you guys.
It's engaged in different businesses. It's engaged. Its government is different. Its people think about the world in a different way. These stories from places other than the coasts are important, and that extends to rural parts of South Carolina, to Appalachia, to folks who live up in Minnesota and along our northern border along Canada. There are so many different facets of the United States that I think if you asked,
you believe it's a very old, free
they would only
international
know this
radio
place we are
station
here
as
in Washington, or
military
maybe
is
our
always
financial
used.
center
Okay,
in New
thank
York. I hope that you all get a chance to tell those other stories. And I'd add one last piece. It's not just geographic. It's not just where it is. You could find right here in Washington.
Thank you all.
Dozens and dozens of different stories about different pieces of the things, the institutions that make America so unique, so special. These things that our founders called the small platoons, our civic organizations, right? How many of you are members of PTA? Trying to help your kids' school be just a little bit better. How many of you participate in a church group on Wednesday evenings where you have your chili feed and you just gather?
I would love that.
I heard them mention antifas. They showed up yesterday, briefly. So you can hear them. They're there.
People kind of stepped away, but they should have fucking punched him in his mouth.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll go back to Pompeo.
The apathy and the pacifism, like when something like that happens.
Oh, no. Different group of people screaming.
I literally just respond to when there's hands and things being thrown. I've been swung on multiple times, but I never swung back.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like there's cool-headed people on both sides, and then there's some a-holes on both sides. And we're just clashing with each other. In downtown Vancouver on the 30th of October, when the two cars collided with each other and spun their tires, that is a metaphor for all of this. We're just spinning our tires. I mean, we need to come together.
Beloved Barb, good to see you, girl.
There's nothing going on here.
And Tarina, thanks so much for hanging out. Good to see new names. Greta, always a pleasure with you as well, miss. Cher, they're yelling at the Nat Guard who arrested man who crossed the line over there before. That guy in the same suit went up against dozens of antifas who were about trying to burn a flag, who were all decked out in body armor, you know, their helmets and whatnot. And he took a beating, but he got it back. Just got bear maced, everything. That was bad.
actually make it prove. Because my friend of my enemy is my friend. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. So if we can make friends with them and go after the real problem, which is the price.
And let me just check Facebook Watch, see if we got any other protest action going on here.
Taking the gate, we would have done a whole lot more, but without it, we can't do anything. We're just swimming ducks in a small little fish pond.
Yeah, Tarina, you heard Ninja's supposed to show up. He was there yesterday, so I wouldn't be surprised. Just about every streamer from Seattle and Portland was there.
We're here because of the press and to actually get the real truth out instead of
Stacy Snow and Caps, please like and share the stream. And just to anybody who might be viewing over on the YouTube end of the spectrum, I just want to welcome you. Please feel free to sub up. I do go live normally daily, if not weekly, covering everything, including live streams. Show the news around the nation. So you're welcome to join us.
It's like, oh, I heard this. Well,
and I am 60 people away from getting monetized on YouTube, thanks to awesome people like you. And how fast we roll there.
Because everybody's different. It doesn't matter about
1,600 people the past week on Facebook, and I can't remember what the number is over on YouTube.
Or no parents, or orphan, it doesn't matter where you grew up.
But I just want to sincerely thank you all.
I don't live in the past. Anybody can bring up the past. Doesn't define you. It defines you here and now. Look at
Belinda says in caps, God bless the Republic of the United States of America.
You can't just stay in no man's land.
Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you, girlie.
And you can't let the naysayers tell you, hey,
so we'll see what ends up here with Ninja showing up, supposedly.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. No, they will be fucking calling on you.
I'm not going to listen to you. You tell me, no, I'm not good enough to make good grades. I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm not going to listen to the naysayers. And that is constantly what's happening. They're like, oh, here, I'm going to make a law.
So,
and then in this, it's going to be in
gonna run something by you guys. I had an idea. John Dummy. First of all, I'm going to be doing overlays. I'm going to be installing something called Streamlabs. Being on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, and having followers, whether it be on YouTube or Facebook, you guys can't see each other's chats. And I figured it's worth giving a shot, doing an overlay where either the comments get threaded from both platforms, or like we show Facebook to YouTube or YouTube to Facebook, vice versa. But so many times people say things that correlate to one another, or piggyback off one another, or just so funny that, you know, they're worth being seen. So, going to be looking into that. But the idea that I had going back to that is they make they're for photography, but as well as for people like me and streamers, what we do, gamers, etc. They're like a frame, and it can hold a 9x12, which would be about the size that I need.
So this
perfect.
is what's going on here.
A green screen
today.
And also they have fabric
There's been one lady
that are black.
here.
They have black fabrics. They have ones that look like wood and stuff like that. But for my purpose, would be I could then use that to be whatever I want it to be behind me.
Or not.
I could show that with the webcam, put it further
I was
away,
trying to. I'm not sure if that got caught on.
and really make it look professional,
realized,
but
hey,
also get communication
mute
to
for a
other
minute.
people on the stream.
But
You know, I could go full screen, whether it be a donor list or events that are going on, whatever it be. I thought that it's a pretty cool idea.
I'm waiting to see.
And it's something that I really want to do. So, naturally, the cliche American flag flying in the wind behind me. With an American eagle.
It's pouring down rain. I have an umbrella. Still kind of cold. Still kind of chilly.
Maybe Rambo, something like that.
People are just why legislation meetings happening inside the Capitol. People are just standing around.
Yes, Greta. I
That's what
have
we're doing.
Twitch.
I've been standing here since
The clarity for streaming on
this
Twitch
morning.
is incredible. If I was a gamer, I would have a huge following, but it's primarily for gaming. I do stream to Twitch. It's excellent for me to restream from, but I'm thinking about going elsewhere. But yeah, all three platforms, regardless of what platform you might be viewing me from, are in the About section.
Who's this? Someone's coming out to speak. Someone's coming out the gate. Who's this coming out the gate?
Maybe it's time somebody interviews the BC preacher for one.
Don't know who this is.
That is the most whipping change that you guys have ever contained.
Mike Aaron says liberalism is a mental disorder, hashtag. Martial law declared in Canada. No kidding, Joe Robert. Really? What the hell is going on up there? Marie, good luck with your meeting. Thank you so much for popping in. So great to see you, girlie. Tarina, you didn't know that Ninja's name was Milton? Yeah, the Portland sheriff's, he has a record, so his mugshots and stuff are up. We once did a stream where we compared Portland antifas to Phoenix antifas and what they look like. It was a trip. But he was on there with Trumpet Man, all the other no shoes, all the cliche ones.
I was looking at this. This shit's crazy.
With their real names.
I think people really just came here to really because the biggest draw is the National Guard. You know,
that's
around
right, Joe
the
Romley.
Capitol building.
People are opening
draw,
up regardless, despite mandates.
No.
When it comes to survival or a mandate, people are their own.
How many people do you think are here?
Their own decider when it comes
50,
to that.
75.
Hey, the dude on the roof, did you get a poncho at least since you don't have an umbrella?
He said people on the roof. Oh yeah, snipers, spotters.
There are spotters
up
on the roof. Yep. But that building is heavily occupied by both National Guard as well as surrounding law enforcement agencies such as the Sheriff's Department, state troopers, and of course the Capitol Police are there as is.
So you guys have been here all morning. What do you guys think? Yeah?
I'm not sure if we're going to see any antifa today in numbers.
Yeah. Been here. You guys have been here most of the morning as well. Yeah.
Just observing.
Yeah.
All right. As they do that, we will head
Surprised
to
more people haven't shown up.
Pompeo.
Me too, a little bit.
Get some audio from him.
Russia is increasing its. Is this the result of a judgment on the part of the United States that disorder on the African continent?
Nice wet one today, though, huh?
Second. To our interests?
Yeah.
So the forces, the disposition that the DoD has made has really been about the counterterrorism fight more broadly. How is it that we allocate U.S. resources to keep the homeland safe? So the decisions the president has made with respect to Afghanistan and the Middle East broadly, Syria, you talk about North Africa as well, has been to allocate the capacity of the United States to preserve and protect the homeland. I'm always mindful, and it's easy to write about. If you just focus on troop numbers alone, if you say the United States used to have 1,000 people, now they only have 800, or they used to have 800, now they only have 400, you may well be missing America's capacity to preserve and protect itself. I was the director of the CIA. I know the other tools and capabilities that we can bring. They are unseen. They don't get reported from the podium at the Department of Defense. But the American people should know. President Trump has been unambiguous about getting it right, making sure we put fewer of our young men and women in harm's way, but never giving up the responsibility we have to ensure that terrorism, at least the risk that a terror act takes place and hurts Americans, whether they're here in the United States or elsewhere.
Democrat adrenochrome is what it's all about, says Mike.
Secretary, I can't thank you enough for gracing us with your presence today.
Across the way.
It's very kind of you to make the trip, and
But,
it's deeply appreciated by me.
honestly, with you guys, there's really nothing to report on, to be honest with you. I'm just kind of I don't know. I'm just here.
Thank you, my friend.
Nothing really to report on. There was one guy earlier at 11 o'clock when the session started.
What's that?
8 o'clock this morning when I got here, and he said that he's going to go in there when they start the session. And sure enough, at 11 o'clock this morning, when the session started, those gates were open, and he walked right in there, and about 5, 6 the state police grabbed him.
You saw that.
They did arrest him, and they took him into this building across the way here.
Yeah, Torino.
As far as that, that's
they
all
didn't
that's,
sit on the
really
side
took
quietly
place.
yesterday, though.
Besides,
They had their speakers up going into the night in Olympia.
So. I might just log out. There's like I said, there's nothing happening. There's nothing going on. And if something does happen, I'll come back on.
Share our question.
Hop back on.
Will we
Right
protect
now, there's
ourselves against ourselves?
Let me see something.
Share, do we know who is the guy streaming right now? This guy here? Black conservative preacher?
I'm kind of embarrassed.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Thank you, Stacy Snow, again. Should anyone view my efforts worthy of liking,
I'm going to stop streaming.
reacting, or donating?
Thank you guys for watching. Like I said,
I welcome you to. I encourage you to. It helps with distribution just to help get this out to more people. And again, should you deem my efforts worthy of donating, I do have my Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo affixed to YouTube and Facebook. But regardless of such, and this guy's camera that's still pointed down, I just want to express my gratitude for each and every one of you. But I also want to thank anyone who either has or maybe even has put forth the thought of donating, because without that, I could not do what I do for everyone. Going live, investing everything that I do into monitoring the airwaves for anything and everything, just to bring it your way. And I just truly appreciate that. So many people don't even give it a second thought, and it's just so kind. As well as the messages that come with the donations, which are just more moving than the donations themselves, and I thank you very much.
That's why she went the other way. Weak.
Talking to this one here.
Don't have the oath anymore. Weak. I appreciate you guys volunteered, but you're on the wrong side right now. You woke up and made the wrong decision this morning. Wrong decision.
She's looking for leadership. You're going to probably tap her
I'm
out.
65 years old. 32-year Department of Defense retired honorably employee. A 3-year Navy vet honorably discharged. I'm standing up because of the fucking corruption of the United States government. Do something about it. Don't stand there with your fucking hands in your pockets. Swim in your shit like antifa, you little bitch. Come out here. Stare at me. Come on, smile. Come out here. Don't stare at me.
Seattle Police Chief.
Coming over here trying to fuck him. Swimming in a suit like antifa. Fuck you.
Seattle Police Chief Adrian Diaz gives an update on the status of 2 officers who attended the march in D.C. that led to an attack happening. Oh, well, stand by.
For sure.
Anyone and everyone who might be viewing, please do not comment as to what you may or may not hear. If it pertains to D.C., please. I've already lost a stream. I can and will limit the chat so that it can be properly moderated if need be, as well as those who can comment, so I hope that's not necessary. Give me 1 sec, I'll have that up for you. Oh, so it's KOMO. Okay. Stand by 1 second.
Well, I hate to say it's overreaction. It obviously was, but
This
we didn't know
is
what was going to happen.
Q13. They're intentionally trying to ruin the interview, I believe. Let me take you to Q13, where this press briefing is going down. Again, please just be cautious of those words.
Earlier political rally presented too much of the unknown about whether any of our employees had potentially violated federal law. That is why I had to act. Given the seriousness of what took place, out of an abundance of caution, I asked OPA to conduct an investigation. If OPA finds any evidence any officers were directly involved, they will be fired, and the information will be shared with federal officials. I made it very clear when I assumed this position that any violation of community trust or any action that threatens our ability to serve this city will be met with full accountability. We cannot violate the same laws we are sworn to protect. We cannot allow violent or intimidating direct action to become acceptable in our society.
The usual, Doug. Nothing important.
If any SPD employee participated directly in assaulting the U.S. Capitol, I will terminate them. That is an important point to end this part of the press event on. This department does not believe in or support this type of behavior. About 1 month ago, we announced we are joining the National ABLE Project, the active bystander for law enforcement training out of Georgetown University of Law Center. SPD has been looking for an effective training in this area, and the Office of Inspector General also recommended implementing such a program. This training gives SPD employees the skills and tools to prevent misconduct, reduce mistakes, and promote health and wellness. It helps employees know how to overcome the very real inhibitions we all face about calling out other colleagues if they're doing something we know is wrong. In this case, we know about it because another employee told their chain of command. They saw behavior that they thought might violate the values of this department, and they spoke up. And I thank them for that. Even if nothing against policy or law happened in this case, it needed to be reviewed. This is the type of accountability we expect. We will take some questions on this at the end. Now I want to shift to updating you on 2020 year-end crime trends. As we all know, 2020 was a year like no other. And for that reason, I'm not putting a lot of stock in most of the crime numbers.
Current view.
Due to the pandemic, we all changed our behaviors. Stores closed, people stopped going to their places of work. Bars and restaurants were severely restricted. We also know, both because of COVID and other events, that the number of 911 calls dropped throughout the most of the year. So telling you that certain reported crimes are up or down compared to 2019, I believe has less meaning this year than any other year. Nonetheless, we are sharing for you information online, the current year-end reported major crime stats. I want to focus on where we ended the year in homicides. First, because any loss of life is unacceptable, and because we know from research that almost all homicides will eventually become known to police regardless of what happens to reporting of other crimes. Across the country in 2020, cities reported significant increases in homicides and shots fired. Almost all major cities had significant increases. Some reports show murder increased 36% in 2020 compared to 2019 across the United States. In Seattle, we ended in 2020 with 50 people who were willfully murdered. In 2019, there were 31 individuals killed. That represents a 61% increase, or 19 additional people who were murdered.
Brian, good to see you, brother. Kim,
this was the highest
Diane,
number of murders
you girls
in 26
as well.
years. This is unacceptable, and we cannot tolerate this level of violence. Our homicide detectives also investigated 2 delayed deaths resulting from injuries sustained in 2015, and they investigated the recovery of bodies on Alki where individuals were killed outside of Seattle. I want to thank our officers, crime scene detectives, our investigators, and homicide detectives for doing such incredible work. They've worked every one of these cases with exhaustive effort and have successfully brought justice to the families of those killed in a majority of these cases. 60% of 2020 homicides were committed with a gun, compared to 66% in 2019. Most of the victims are male, between the ages of 18 to 29 and 30 to 49. And most, the number 25, or 49%, were black. I'm not going into the multiple theories I'm aware of for why we and other cities had such a large one-year increase. There's no one clear explanation. But I do know the department is working to decrease the violence. We continue to submit the recovered shell casings and crime guns to the National Integrated Ballistic Information Network, which is known as NIBA. This year we logged over 240 hits or connections to other criminal events with a gun. And over 150 were directly connected to crimes.
All right, so he's just going into their crimes there, their statistics for the year. No rush.
Late last year, Chief
no rush at all. So, without further ado, let me quiet him up. Get him out of the way.
Alright, so.
Let's see what other streams we got here. This is Primetime Patriot. I believe. Let's see if we can get somebody else here. Black Rebel. Does anyone recollect the news agency that was there? What was that? KATU, right? It was KATU. Give me 1 second. PCP is still up. Yeah, I got this. All right, we got a better stream. One sec. All right, we're good.
More people are starting to show up a little bit.
Here we go. Closer up angle. Some audio. And the zoom down one there. Sorry about that.
Kelly Stewart was here earlier from People's Rights. She spoke at the little press conference that was around
audio
11
coming
o'clock, I believe it was.
From BCB, the bottom
I'm probably
right.
going to take her footage and just post the whole clip. So, we'll see. What's up, man?
About a third to the 33 people hanging out on YouTube. Thank you guys and girls for hanging out. Good to be with you.
Really nuts. Like, I mean,
to the 100 or so remaining left on Facebook. Just want to thank you guys and girls as well for another great day at stream. It's always my pleasure and privilege to be able to restream for you. Apologize.
Nothing
My
going on.
chats did not have them up on the screen today. I've needed to get some hardware. The past couple of weeks running things as hard and as hot as they have been, it's been pretty hard and tough
The person leaving in the blue tie.
my hardware, as well as my laptop, but comes with the territory.
That's creative.
Want to get that news network right there. Oh well. Yes, this is live. Normally 99.9% of my coverage is live and everything is in real time. Side latency and lag, no delay or anything like that.
I think that's the only way. Okay, so here's the thing. I totally agree. But only 10% of either side.
They gotta go across the room.
Yeah.
Only 10% of the people. You're wrong, man. I hope I'm wrong.
Radana, good to see you. Dolores Jeffries, man. Long time no see, brother.
You want a reason why we're out here? Show us your face.
Oh, hang on. Firefox.
What are you scared of? Show me your face. Show us your do your shit. Go do it.
Yep, he's in it. We're in it.
You are fucking retarded. All of a sudden it's down with the Demis, down with the Republicans, but no, not the legislators. Not the legislators. This fuck.
Absolutely, Jeff, man. Always a pleasure, brother.
Oh, like the way you guys have beat people over the head with batons here every fucking meeting. You're a fucking
Miss Tiff
retard.
Hartland, same goes for you too, girlie. J Dub, my boy, good to see you, brother.
Is that your MO?
You guys make shit up. That's what this is.
We don't make shit up. We got this on video. I was there for all the incidents, dog. I was there for all the shit. Really? Because when I got doxxed, it was nothing but lies.
There were patriots out here.
You got all those on there.
And you fuckers down in their car.
Fuck your shit. Dox is here. Don't worry. He loves the dox.
I'm already doxxed, so
You
I got
doxed
nothing
me,
to
you
worry about.
idiot. You doxed me, you idiot. Fucking piece of shit.
They know not to show me children. My doorstep.
I've learned from you, you fucking idiot, Miguel.
They ain't gonna do shit for this push.
We know who you are,
Get
too.
the fuck out of here, man.
Fuck. We know who you are, too, dude.
Bitch. Come on.
Keep doxing people.
Keep bringing it on.
Tommy, come for your ass. Come for your ass.
They're not gonna do
Captain
nothing.
Anti-fascist, come on.
They're recording the police.
Is that his name
Recording.
on Twitter?
The police are recording though.
Everybody don't let
They're
them
done. Come out, but they're recording.
It's not like the dots people call people white supremacists over here.
fucking school and
They're
CNN
they're slowly coming
He's
in.
not even white. He's a fucking
You guys are just making up random people.
You doxed me, you fuck. You doxed me. How do I know who you are, Miguel? How do I know who you are, Miguel?
How did everyone know Miguel?
They claim he was the antifa that punched the lady.
You feeling the heat?
Miguel Lewis, how do we know who you are if you don't dox people?
Captain Antifa on Instagram.
Captain Anti-Fascist on Instagram. We know who you are. Is this your buddy Simeon?
Rat tail, little bastard. Where's your friend? Right.
Where's your buddy Simeon,
Do
Miguel?
something like you said you were gonna do yesterday.
Fucking glasses are fogging up.
You're out here like you're gonna do
$20
something.
ticket.
Come do something.
So,
I'm just watching.
I don't know who they.
What else you got?
You don't want.
Bag, you're going back to work.
Get
I don't know. I don't
What
know.
other smart points
So
you
this
got?
cop down
Flex
here
your
at the very
fucking
end.
intellectual
He's recording.
prowess.
See him.
Go!
He has a camcorder there.
Go! Fuck you! You ain't cute! You don't even know
So
what the
this
fuck
Asian
you
dude's
is!
been yelling all
You don't even know how
morning.
many
He's
outfits
just
I
radically been yelling.
It's a ridiculous conspiracy. Shut the fuck up! You have no
Why are you
fucking
saying you're
clue.
Cuban, bitch?
It fucking worked on him for a little bit.
Show me your coupon. I've been brainwashed. I've been brainwashed by patriots. I've been brainwashed by folks that believe in our Constitution.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, you were in the bully outfit. Communist Manifesto.
Don't give that superhero pose, you bitch. Oh, you fake little bitch. You're 21. You know nothing. You know nothing. You know nothing about communism. You got paid by them. That's right. Look at Venezuela.
Someone's trying to get something to happen. That's what it is. Everybody wants something to happen.
Give him attention. This guy.
And all the mainstream media backs up. Look, all the streamers go in. Mainstream.
You're fucking COVID. You are COVID.
Why'd you come here?
Fucking virus.
Why'd you come here around people who are really worried about that? Just to see what's going on. A lot of you are admitting a lot of shit on camera. I got people being like, oh yeah, we did the shit out of you. Oh, I tried to do it. I don't even
You sure did. Me.
There's a verse in the Bible that says, don't give the pearls to the swine. This guy is all fucked up.
There's a very big difference. We'd like to build.
Go to Venezuela when you come back, we'll talk about it.
We don't believe in state control. So you're a right winger? No, I'm not a right winger. Because right wing entire right winger. No, they say queer people don't deserve to exist.
You never said that. My sister's a lesbian. That's not true.
He's a Trumper.
Your ideology has said that.
He's a Trumper.
Just because there's a common view.
Islam? That's who says that.
Islam throws people off of rooftops for being gay. But we're not allowed to talk about Muslims.
It was both Democrats.
He's a Trumper.
And Republicans were against
Undercover.
Or Islamic.
have also actively killed homosexuals. So what do you got there? Again, that's a very different type of
He's a Trump.
Just kind of like it's a different Democrat. Just like
Guys yelling over here.
Okay, but right wing has been consistent with freedom and
change and eventually leading to fragmenting our federal system to the point where it's not controlling all of us. We're on the same side in that we believe in less power. No, because conservatives understand the value of history. Conservatives want a small limited government and allowing freedom for everybody. So essentially, they don't. No, because that is the value. The amount of taxes that have gone up in president.
I'll let you guys see something wrong.
So do you denounce Trump?
I don't denounce Trump. Trump's done amazing things for this country. He also has done not good things for this country.
What do you think about what happened on December 6th?
It was horrible. Yeah, they shouldn't have done it.
You think Antifa was in that crowd?
Yeah, they were.
They talked to the facial recognition company.
Hey, I wasn't live streaming that day, so it should be HD.
I was there too. Republicans also.
You were there too.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me get a closer look. Let me get a closer look. I know what you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. Is that him?
It's him.
Is that him?
What is him?
Do you mind putting on your mask for a second?
No, I'm not getting dogs. That's not happening.
I don't recognize the accent, so I don't know if he's playing it or not.
No, it's him. It's definitely him. Show me a picture of this individual. Show me a picture of him. That's not him.
I don't recognize the accent, so I don't know if he's playing it.
No, it's him.
You mind putting on your mask for a minute? I tried.
No, this, okay, well, okay. This person says they're trying to get into this, and then from the news, I don't understand this. I'm not with all these labels. This person says they're trying to get into this, and then from the news, I don't understand this. I'm not with all these labels.
He said he was too.
You're right with you guys.
And what they're doing is against the law, against the law.
You recognizing this video yet?
Show your face. Constitution. videos. They're shutting down our free speech. The rage that we have is the Constitution, okay? Because they're shutting down our free speech. The rage that we have
He's just always just.
other individuals such as BLM and Antifa, they are somewhat protected. And when they go in assault buildings,
There you are dancing back there.
sorry,
Would you be willing to meet dancing?
okay, so I'll try to change.
I'm trying to see.
Okay, don't touch it. He's
Oh,
right.
my God.
Hentai. Nice face mask. I like it.
I'm a pervert, yes.
Just don't be a pedophile. Don't be like the Antifa leaders like that.
Are you talking about lolicon?
Talking about the Antifa leaders that get arrested and convicted for pedophilia.
Okay. This mask, sorry to confuse. This mask means hentai, which is just like, it's perverted.
No, dude, I'm a fan of hentai. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a fan of anime. You like One Piece?
I've actually read One Piece. I've never watched
Dude,
it.
Chapter 1000 is the shit. I'm just waiting for Chapter 1001. Yeah.
Last time I read, Mr. Crocodile was the villain.
Yeah.
It's been a very long time. I read it.
Yeah, it's show, man, but the manga's the best. I don't know, you see Naruto or like
I love Naruto.
Naruto isn't that great, but Naruto is badass.
That's you! That's you! You liar! That's you, motherfucker!
Look like me, bro.
Okay. That's you.
That ain't me, bro. It might not be him. I think I don't remember being like I don't remember him having. Does he have an accent?
I mean, he's being peaceful. I don't have an issue with him.
Same, almost the same mask too. That's him. Look at him.
Oh, sweetie,
That's you. That's you, homie.
Come on.
See?
Can I see the mask?
That's him right there.
Let me see.
There he is. See, that's him.
Let me see, boss.
Right there.
Boss, let me see.
I'm talking about Oregon or
Ew, that
DC?
does that. Even from here, that looks. Let me see.
Is that Oregon or DC?
This is Olympia on December 5th when we beat their ass.
Pause it. Let me get a good shot.
Look at that. That's him. That's him. And he's calling me racist because I recognize him.
That is pretty.
This is bullshit.
Why? What do you do on the 5th up here?
He's saying he's never been here. He's saying he's never been here
I'm
before.
not from here. I'm from fucking Bucking.
Well, no one asked you where you're from.
But you've been here before.
No.
That's you, homie.
He doesn't even sound American.
Listen to me.
That is.
I cannot legally be here, right? I cannot legally stay here with my with. I'm not trying to dox myself. I can't legally stay here.
But you were here on December 5th.
I can't legally be here for more than 2 weeks. That's not. I'm not legally allowed to do that.
So you're saying you're
assuming I was on the 5th.
on a visa?
Huh?
You're in this country on a visa?
No, I'm not. No, if I was here on a visa, I would be allowed to
So you're just here visiting?
I'm just here visiting. I've been in the United States for 3 days. And I was here on from July 4th to,
Okay, well,
Where's your passport?
the person that he's showing
I
in
just
his
told you I'm not
phone.
going to dox myself.
You seem like a nice guy.
I don't have any.
Oh, we've all been doxxed.
It's the same look. Same.
I mean, if I
everything.
I have friends.
Yeah,
They'd be
we'll
able to
pull the mask.
We've all, we,
assume your officers.
Just pull the mask down in the video.
You're supposed to carry your passport.
Doesn't look like him.
I'm.
Did he do something bad that day?
No, he's trying to say he's never been here
We
before.
know.
What I'm saying is I'm having a hard time to believe that you've only been here for 3 days.
yeah.
Because you look pretty similar to that person
But
that
here's the thing, if you are here for 3 days, let's just give him the one to begin
I'm just trying to hit things out.
Let me finish. If you are here for only 3 days, you need to care for the American citizens that are telling you what is in the best interest.
He's young though, man,
And
too.
right now, for just a visit, you
He's young too.
Yeah,
He's young.
Get here from wherever at this age. With his t-shirt. This is neck.
Yeah.
He's got a helmet already.
You are with us or you are with
Shoes
them.
are all
And if
blown
you are
out.
with them or if you are
I don't
not
think you
with
just
them,
got here 3 days ago.
it's in your best interest because
So-
you need to research what's been happening to the president.
The kids that was playing the music.
Right? And this country
So-
right now is in distress.
Oh.
So for the visit, my dear, you are not in a safe place.
So let me.
Now, this gentleman right here, he pulled up some evidence, and that person looks a lot like you.
Right.
And you're younger, we're older, and we know the game a little bit better than you just because we're older.
Okay.
So I'm willing to be nice to an extent, because right now my heart and my soul and everything that I got is for this country. Okay? So don't be stupid and don't be in the way of something that you are not ready to fight for. Okay? So that's my heart. Anyway, you guys
So
can answer questions.
you've been here 3 days?
Yes, sir.
From where?
I'm from Bucking, UK.
And the first thing you go out and get a helmet?
Well, my friend gave me this. I don't own a helmet. I don't think
I don't
I would be
mean
very
your
suspicious.
friend.
I felt if I came overseas with a helmet. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question.
Well, why would you go get a helmet though?
They
Even
told-
three.
they- Okay, like I said, I'm a skeptic. I'm a skeptic. But these people did when I came here. I mean, they told me that we're violent.
All lives matter.
And the first thing I came up here, and I had started.
Except for pedophiles.
Did they say y'all in Becking wherever you're from? That's weird, huh? That's weird.
Do you know where in it from? Do you know where in it from?
Are you from the
get-
Capitol Theater?
You get slapped.
You're putting on a very good act right now.
Oh my goodness.
But your shoes are blown out too, my guy. Your shoes are like messed up.
Well, these aren't even my. I'm bought. Like, see, that's not. I don't do whatever the hell this is.
Well, you do if you have a helmet. If you came here.
I just told you that they told me to wear this.
Wait, hold on. Who's they? Hold on.
I came up here with Captain Anti-Fascist. That fella.
So you've been hanging out with anti-fascists?
I've been hanging out with somebody who hangs out with
overseas, they
anti-fascists.
hang out with commies. You came from overseas, they hang out with communists and
Yes,
destroy this
then
country.
sure, yes.
You know that the people here that live in this state will have an especially extra reason to be pissed off at you that you're coming to actually help fund the anti-fascists that they've been trying so hard to get out of this.
I came here to have
out
a
of this
conversation.
town.
I came here to have a conversation.
You came here because they're not here. All of them aren't
I
here.
don't ascribe to all this whatever the fuck shit.
You came here with an
Well, I
antifa
already
guy.
told you the shit that's going on, so
Okay.
you're no longer able to say whatever the fuck.
I'm trying
Address yourself with the knowledge you've been given, or leave if it isn't your best interest.
I was just trying to...
You came here because you thought they were all going to be here
I came here...
today.
guys
You came
and
here
girls.
today because you thought
That
the
guy
rest
with
of
the
the
tuxedo.
comrades.
What's his name?
Yeah,
The guy
crew,
he looked
the
like.
team, the guys in black. They dress in black. You thought they were all going to be
Only
here.
thing he was missing was
They're
the
not all
Tommy
here.
gun who got arrested.
What are you referring to?
And I mean because of
So did you
paired with
come
the
here-
outfit.
Are you
Right there.
not in black?
Did you come here to help the
Just
anti-fascists?
I
curious.
came here to see what was going on. I
No,
don't
did you
know
come
what
to this
help is.
country? Did you come to this country?
Uh,
You said you knew
Corinne.
the Antifa guy.
Joe
I
Romley
have a
didn't know if you
friend
guys knew.
who
Greta.
is who I strive
Is-
as
Guy's name.
Antifa.
So are you?
Do you
are
have a
you,
friend who doesn't strive as a Republican?
Okay, he was asking a
Barbara,
question
good to
first,
see
and
you, brother.
get to answer, and then you ask the question. So,
Do I have friends that are Republicans? Yes.
No, not Republican.
That are not Republicans? Yes.
No, that's what I
Do
mean.
I have
I'm
friends that
not,
are
I'm not, just
Antifa?
because
No.
he's my friend.
Do I have friends that are Antifa? No. Do I have friends that dox patriots? Your buddy. You should have. Okay. So before you start hanging out with the dude, you should see what kind of baggage that he carries because that baggage. That
But the people you are hanging out with
Hang on.
is the reason why people are treating you the way that you are. Do you understand what they do here? Do you understand what they do? Do you understand what Antifa's about? Do you, from both sides of the perspectives? I'm sure you've heard from his perspective. Have you heard from conservatives' perspective what Antifa means?
Hey, Stacy.
But have you heard?
Good to
have
have
you
you
heard it in the
popping in
past
now.
before? No, I'm asking a
Cameron,
question.
good to
Have you
have
heard in the
you.
past before about what Antifa means to some conservatives?
I have. But I've also researched, so here's my criticism of most people's criticisms of Antifa, from what I understand, there's the fella, and from what I understand is that Antifa was a military unit during World War II that fought Nazis, and that the people who are strived under Antifa are an organization, but it's more just they identify with being anti-fascist. So that's what I see. That's what I've been told.
Let's just say if they're anti-fascist, why did a white Antifa member stab me? If they're so anti-fascist, why did a white Antifa member? I'll show you the scar. It's right there.
Girl.
You can see the scar.
Stacy
If they're
says
so anti-fascist,
donations
why
are
did they
greatly
stab me? If they're so
appreciated.
anti-fascist,
Please
why
like
did they
and
do
share
that to
the
me?
stream. You're the
All
bomb
over this.
diggity of the
All over
beastie,
this.
Stacy Snow.
Because they
Thank
don't
you.
like what I post on social media. They don't like the videos I put on social media. It's not like I go and commentate on the videos that I put out. I chop them up sometimes, yeah. Most of the time I do live streams.
Let's just say they were Nazis, going after Nazis. Let's just say that. We can go around with that. So what makes them think that anybody who likes Republican He's a Nazi.
Okay, but see, that's what I'm saying. Just keep saying. See, I'm a skeptic.
They're not talking about you. Why do you think
I know. I'm
repeat your question, sir.
Oh no, I have something to respond to with the question. It's just like a quick caveat. I'll definitely will respond to it. I just have because
Let's get this guy.
But like I
Close
said,
up.
like I'm coming here.
Repeat your question, sir.
Oh no, I have something to respond to with the question. It's just like a quick caveat. I'll definitely will respond to it. I just have because you said they, but like I said, like I'm coming here, and one of the things this gentleman and everyone else is saying is that I'm a part of some group. So I myself, I was about to say my name. I myself am an individual, right? And I may agree with some policies or some beliefs, and I may disagree with other ones, but I don't like to put myself in groups with people, and that's what I said, like from what I understand is, I'm sure that there are people who rally around the idea of the idolization of anti-fascism, but I don't like to say, like, what one person does affects others, because clearly, right?
Hey, buddy,
clearly, right,
good to see
y'all
you.
didn't go storm the Capitol, right? Like whatever the hell happened on the news. So you are different.
Darina says he's
political views
admitting
that
to
align
being
with them,
an army
and I'm
now.
not going to group you in with that group. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not
Rob
gonna hold
Morris.
you to that.
Twist his
So I
arm,
would-
make him
so in
talk.
conversation, like when you say
It's good,
that
brother.
I am very sorry that this white or he's not a gentleman if he stabbed you, this white criminal stabbed you, right? Like, I apologize for that.
Who's an Antifa member?
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. But you say I'm not. From what I understand is,
Yeah,
I'm saying
Dwayne.
that-
Before
Yep.
you turn away.
Small bag of peanuts indeed, my friend.
One of those guys. One of those Antifa
Hey,
members.
you. Hold on. Can you
Wow, a lot of stuff picked up behind me.
Can you just turn this way? I just want to tell that guy that he's talking to 3 people of color because he said, "Oh, I want to see some people of color."
Yeah.
That's right, Corinne. At least he's talking. Yep. Dialogue and communication is better than none at all. Absolutely.
The people of color shouldn't hear. So there's him, and there's me. That's saying you're
Absolutely. No, that's what I said.
Okay, sorry, that's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to say. Continue.
Stone.
Okay. Sorry. What were you just saying? We were speaking specifically on just like I
You
guess
find something?
grouping everyone in on together.
Christy Horton sounds like he has a very fake British accent.
Look at someone as an individual, and if they roll with the group, right, it's pretty safe to assume.
They were already
like
trying
you
to do
said,
that
like,
from the 5th.
Darina, he said he was in Antifa, was an army.
Not that cool either. But there may be somebody that's rolling or around
That's
that
the
group
guy
that
that said
doesn't
on the 5th.
disagree with that.
You don't need to
with
use
that
an accent,
tactic.
dude.
What's going on?
So it is him.
You don't need to use your accent.
What's going on?
Simeon, you don't need to use your accent.
They know who he is.
You're referring to me as a monkey? That's racist.
Simeon,
He said Simeon.
That's a monkey.
I'm using your name.
That's a monkey.
I'm using your
That's not a
name.
fucking- What?
Simeon.
Look up SIA.
There's no
same
need
guy
to
that
get
did
that
the
upset
video.
and flustered over something if it's not true.
Is that not him?
That's a monkey. That's racist.
Is that not him?
That's
Is that not a mark on his chin right there also?
Who names the kid monkey?
Oh, the mark on his chin, y'all.
That's racist.
No, that is you, man. That is you.
Oh,
That's you.
shit.
That picture is you.
Right now on Google.
Okay, forget the
That's
Simeon
not-
thing.
That's a fucking monkey. S-I-M.
Oh, you're seeing it live, folks. That's right, Bard's Eye.
Okay, I didn't know his name. Monkey either. Okay,
racist.
okay, I didn't know his name, but
Knew that a
that's
mile
you. That
away.
picture is you, though.
What do you mean? Show me this picture. Somebody else just showed me a video. Show
That
me
picture
this
is you.
You
Whoever.
got the same mark on your chin that you're not covering right now and everything. So.
Show me the.
Yeah,
show
the mark
me.
on your chin, what gives it away. You also have a freckle right there. You have a
And
freckle.
your hair is
called
underneath the helmet
out.
there. It's pretty clear. So I mean, you can continue to deny it.
And he's a rapper too, Bard's Eye.
You
Ed?
do have hair. You can tell. It's puffing out. You have a lot of hair. It's hanging down on your neck too, back
Oh,
there.
come on now.
You can see it.
You can see
You
it,
can see
man.
it pushing out on his sweatshirt, but be
You have a
real.
lot of hair. Don't lie.
I'm not trying to dox myself here.
Well,
You
already
can see
doxed
it pushing out.
You're from the UK. It doesn't
But
matter.
you guys
You're from the
can't
UK.
find
It don't
anyone
matter.
from the UK.
Busted is right, but Morris.
No, it doesn't.
I
You're from
don't
the
know what
UK.
you
Somebody got caught in the cookie jar.
There's a huge difference between
Some bars, dude.
Simeon who? Simeon who?
Tunes. TOONZ, I believe, on Facebook. We'll find him.
Simeon too. If I Google this individual and he doesn't look exactly like me, I'm going to be fucking infuriated with the fact that you're calling me a monkey.
Why
And
would
this
you
person's
say
actually named
if there's
Steve.
no shadow of a doubt in your mind as to whether or not that person's you? You would say when there is no profile, not if, and I'm gonna be mad as hell. Let's be real. Correct me if I'm wrong,
It's on
girls.
Instagram and everything, dude. Don't lie. You and your buddy Miguel.
Hey, Nikki, good to see you, girl. Exposed. Yeah, Tarina. He's a lone wolf at the moment.
This guy over here in the black.
Hang on, let me go back to BCP.
They have a leader.
Right there with the
He said December 5th.
Yeah, he said December 5th.
That was his accusation.
What's that?
That was his accusation.
No, he showed a whole video of you, man.
That's not me, bro.
And you're trying to say this picture with your big hair, you have an afro. You have an afro.
Bro, I don't. It's not.
Bingo
Well, it's
is right,
close enough.
Stacy
It's close-
Snow.
It's close enough to an afro.
Bingo.
It's close enough to afro. You have an afro.
Yep, you girls, you guys know.
Well, he's not being rude.
Well, he called me a faggot a few times, so you can be rude.
Oh, me?
That's a faggot talking to nose people.
Yeah.
Don't be using slurs, Steve.
Slurs? Really?
Yeah, it's a slur.
We've all used slurs. Ice Cube
Oh
used
my
slurs.
God.
You know, Ice Cube used slurs back in the day. Remember Grandmaster Flash?
Support the people. Support the people who don't like him simply because of his skin color and ideology. That is who you support.
How come I don't see any Antifa say this is wrong? They laughed at it what happened. They thought it was funny. Later in the day, they tried to
He
kill me.
believes in freedom
They
and
tried
he
to
is
kill
black.
me.
Therefore, they
still
consider
try
him a
to kill me.
traitor and they assault
Can I
him.
ask-
That is your people who you approve of.
Show what they
And
did
you
to you.
shrug and say, oh, well. There you go. That's all I
Andrew,
needed.
what did they do to you? What did they do to you? They stabbed him.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all been talking for a while. There's no point for me to join this conversation. It's got nowhere.
That guy looks pretty similar.
There's another black man right there, the ones that you defend. There you go. See? So when I ask you, let me talk. When I ask you, what are you gonna do?
I got nothing.
Hold on, finish that sentence. If you came with what? Finish that sentence you were gonna say.
I have nothing if you are part of
Here's
the
that dude
Proud
before.
Boys, if you are part of
With his helmet and everything, but he couldn't see anything. But that's
Finish.
here's our character and what he
So
looks
you say
like.
you don't care that I got stabbed because if I was
Right here, our British talking friend.
When you promote hate, you should expect to get hate back.
So if you're promoting Antifa, which some people, so what are you promoting? What are you promoting then out here?
Me personally, I am.
Are you promoting Black Lives Matter, Antifa?
I think Black Lives Matter, of course.
But are you out here promoting?
Their lives don't
I'm an
matter.
anti-fascist.
So you're Antifa? Are you Antifa though? Are you part of? No, not anti-fascist. Are you part of the group called Antifa?
Not a group. It's a fucking ideology.
Are you okay?
It's
So
an ideology,
but
guys.
are you a part of the group Antifa? Are you part of the ideology of Antifa? Not anti-fascist. We're talking about the domestic terrorist group. We're not talking about anti-fascists.
I can't. Hurts other people. They cannot hurt other people.
Hey man, I get it.
Yeah, they heard me. The
What
Antifa
are you
said,
gonna do
ban them
about
off
it?
everything.
I have a joke.
Go ahead.
That's the problem.
Antifa
Yes.
silenced me, a black man. Then they took down the GoFundMe for my medical bills.
Right now, write letters.
Write letters.
See, he had divorce, right? He needs to cut his losses and walk home. But
So
that
we
other
have to be
guy.
slaves then. I have to stay
This
do
is
what
a
they
new
want me
woman,
to
I
do,
believe,
right?
a counter protester.
I'm a slave.
I am so sorry
That's racist.
that you are in such a denial. I bet you leave by yourself because
I came here by myself.
No, but I bet you leave by
You're not in
yourself
support of Black
because-
Lives Matter. You're in
because
support
there's
of black
probably not a
slaves.
lot of people
You're in support of black
that will
slaves.
really be
Yes,
with
you
you.
are.
You know what? We're
Yeah.
not each other.
Yeah.
Look, if you're hold on for these people right here. For you, nobody will die.
Deserve that.
You worth
Really?
it.
Yeah.
Ask Gary what happens when stuff goes down. They all run.
I think
They all left Gary in that poor bush.
Black Lives Matter. I'm not racist. You say, what do you want?
They
Oh,
left
dude,
Gary
don't
to stay
be
in
that
that bush
dude.
getting clubbed.
Okay,
They started it, and what did they do? They ran and left their Larry Gary, and now Gary's not in
That's
such a
right,
best
Carl.
of conditions.
You can always tell a
That's
person
what
by their
happens.
eyes. Their body language, most importantly.
Say a prayer for Gary tonight.
okay, that was it.
Did you know words only account for 15% of how you're perceived?
Why are you against them like this?
This is messed up.
Body language accounting for over 80% of it. The rest of areas.
I was told Jeremy Christian didn't start that initial contact.
That according to
I
our
was
case
told
study.
Jeremy Christian didn't start the initial conflict that went down when he started stabbing people.
He was screaming at two girls of color from Somalia.
Right, Bardside? You should get down there to see if they
But
freak out.
I wasn't here when it went down. I'm not sure on the
Damn.
situation, but I
Wonder
was
what that
told
dude's
that
biceps
like,
are
what
right
he
there.
did was wrong. Should he have stabbed those people? No, not at all. What he did was wrong. But what I'm saying is I was told that there was more that led up before the stabbing that people don't talk about.
Because you drank the Kool-Aid. You don't have it. There was
Oh,
Did he give
they
him the right
drank
to
the
stab
Kool-Aid,
him?
guys.
No. Did he give the person the right to stab me? No. Did he give him the right to kill those people? No.
People should be stabbing. Black lives matter. I just don't know what you guys expect when you.
So what do you? So if somebody gets mad at you out here, so ma'am, if somebody gets mad at you out here, so if somebody gets mad at you out here, do you want me to say if somebody goes after you, do you want me to say I don't know what you expected?
Exactly.
Is that what you want me to say?
I would say so.
Okay, I'll remember that. Okay, I will say that for all of you guys from now on. What did you expect?
Cornbread with chili is fire.
Okay, we can work with that.
I used to
It's
go
okay. We
camping
can
with
work
the
with
guy
that.
who would make it in a
We know
cast
what to
iron.
expect. We know what to expect. It's not like we're like, oh my
The
God, what
chili and the
happened?
cornbread on top
But-
of one. Oh my God,
Okay.
bro, fire. And I don't even like
She says
chili.
if anything happens, for you to say, what did you expect coming here?
Okay.
She did. That if anything happens to her, to say, what did you expect?
She's saying that the evil that Antifa is good. She's saying that they're the ones who attacked Antifa.
Yes, you're amazing. My name's Andrew, by the way. Napita? Oh.
Cowboys defending me.
Don't worry. It's good. Don't worry.
Okay, so should we kill Antifa? Because that's what he's been trying to do to us.
329 people have been murdered by right-wing
All right, what are we talking about? This year, all year long.
Moderators, I'm not reading comments 100%. You guys
That's
have
about it.
full
At
control
this point in time, oh,
on
we got
who y'all
another one.
think at this moment. So I prefer meeting people.
What's your cause?
You're saying right-wing hate like it's only hate on the right. What about hate on the left? Hate is hate. It doesn't pertain to any side. Hate is hate. That's what Antifa is. It's not love. It's not.
Give preacher just a moment.
What's your cause?
My cause is to eradicate right-wing violence,
To eradicate.
right-wing hate, and not like, you know what I mean? Like,
So what-
how can we educate, how can we help to lessen the effects
Dax and share.
of hate?
Good to have you guys still.
Not being Antifa.
Right?
What do you mean by hate?
Well, when you hate a person for whatever you feel like
Steak,
is,
tips, and chili,
a flaw
Tarina?
with them,
You just won me over.
I literally, I hate the Proud
goodness.
Boys. I hate Patriot Prayer. I hate Patriot Front. I hate all of
So
that.
you hate the hat I have on? It has Patriot Prayer on it.
I get it, and
You
that's
d-
your
you-
right.
You did what?
And
Appreciate
that's
you,
your right,
Dwayne.
and
Thank
it's my
you.
right to not
Says
like
you
that.
have the best streams, Tom. I work hard to find him, man.
Because of the violence
And
the shit
I
that
truly
goes along
appreciate
with
that.
it. Jeremy Christian left the rally,
Okay.
stabbed the people on
Hold-
the Max train. Jeremy
Time out.
Christian is a
Were you there? Time out?
No, of course I wasn't.
Okay, you weren't there. I was there.
I'm sure you were.
I was. Okay.
And
So
he got ejected.
stop. He got
He got ejected.
He got ejected. So
And I
how
get that.
how was he a part of Patriot Prayer? If no one accepted him, how was he a part of Patriot Prayer? No.
That's why he was kicked out. No one agreed. It didn't do nothing. It didn't do nothing. You're right. It didn't do nothing. So, okay, fine, but hold on. But although it didn't do nothing, how are you going to place the blame on Patriot Prayer?
Oh, well, I think you guys' actions have spoke
What
for
action?
themselves. You guys are violent. You guys are violent.
Antifa's violent. What about the left violent? What about the alt-left violence? What about the alt-left violence? You're over here trying to act like it's the Patriots when I've been a personal fucking victim from left-wing violence.
That's on you, man.
Wait, hold on.
No.
Said that's on him.
You're a fucking disgusting bitch. Get out of my face, cunt.
I'm a disgusting bitch.
I'm just getting out of here. I can't.
I'm a visitor.
I gotta go.
And I don't like what I'm seeing. A lot of Americans.
That way, right there.
He gone. It amazes me when people try to preach to a choir.
They won't let us walk in. Keep asking them why. They need to stop. They have the crime scene tape right there, same crime scene. Yeah, what's happening in that building is a crime scene. What the police and the military are doing right now. That's really all.
When you put out, that's how I feel.
But now, let me understand this. You just got
Nah, this guy here isn't.
You know what's creating radicals?
Undercover.
Rhetoric like yours. That's what creating That's what's creating the radicals. That's what makes people say, "I don't give a fuck no more."
Give Preacher a moment. I know you have every right to say that. I get it. I'm trying to get him to get to her because she's saying all right. Now we all know we aren't the ones out there burning, looting, stabbing, punching, killing, shooting.
That's what makes people like me go
she's
over
not-
the edge. You know what I mean?
Hang on one sec.
Your ideology.
So then, okay. My gosh. Okay, so you just got through saying you hate Patriot Prayer. Okay. So what came back to you would be deserving, correct?
Yeah, and so I just want to make a joke. You know how I said the thing about the Kool-Aid?
So whatever came back to you...
Drink the Kool-Aid.
What's what?
I just give Preacher a moment to say what I saw.
Okay, which is fine.
Which I actually appreciate you guys. Talk the way I.
Oh, Black Rumble's back.
No, just one thing. This Kool-Aid that you drank.
Get it.
Okay, this Kool-Aid that you drank. It's also making you where you're putting it because you're catching all this water. You're supposed to have this up so that you cover yourself from the rain. See? And this Kool-Aid that you drink is making you so okay.
This Kool-Aid.
When it comes to the rain, they put the hoods like this, and there's a whole lot of water right there. And when she's done, she's going to put her hood over her head. And boy, I hope that washes.
You can see there's a bit of lag there. Between the two, but
So what's wrong? Why do you consider, if you don't like Patriot Prayer, but you said
this
actually
is.
hate. Fine. Who cares? Why is it? Okay. What is wrong with you if you don't like Patriot? Who cares?
She doesn't like Patriot Prayer. Wow, I missed that.
If I don't like Antifa,
Unbelievable. Keep in mind, one of them was shot in Portland.
you're the one who's claiming that people hate. You're saying that.
That is.
No one else is saying
I
that.
think, wow, never heard that one before.
Thinking wrong
And all right.
Doesn't she look like AOC in that car over there?
Yeah.
That's scary.
So who's really kind of thinking wrong in the mind? If you're considering that everybody's just hating, maybe you have things backwards.
Oh, okay, so are you guys spreading love?
You're the one who said you hate. No one's saying that they hate. So who's the one spreading?
Designated hate group, Southern Poverty Law.
Who cares about Southern poverty? They consider Christians a hate group.
I do too a lot of times. If you're a radical man, you're a radical.
That's right.
I'm just radical.
Michelle
so let's
Lott,
understand
they're
something.
all
What's wrong
awesome.
with being radical? What
BCB,
is
Black
radical?
Rebel, and Philip.
I don't think
that represent patriot movement. For the riots and destruction that happened, all the anger, it really hurt our
What?
But they believe in free speech and everything else.
I know.
But if you speak the wrong thing, then
they
fucking
consider hate you.
And then when they hate you, then they have the right to come and do whatever they want to you. It makes no sense.
Dude, I haven't done anything.
I'm not saying you
wrong,
have,
right?
but you agree with
I'm
it.
trying to have civil conversation.
But
with
you
agree with it.
You agree with it, though.
But the thing,
You just got through saying you agree with it. You agree with
it because they hate him for whatever.
No,
right?
what I said was, what we put out, we get
They
back.
rely
I
on
think it's like the
SBL.
youth and, like,
What's SBL, Bart?
What you put out is what you get back. And the violence that you keep speaking about from the right-wing demonstrators, right-wing protesters, whatever you want to call them. You mentioned Tiny, you mentioned Joey Gibson, you mentioned Patriot Prayer. All that stuff was them defending patriots from Antifa. Antifa's getting back what they put out tenfold. You don't agree with that? You just said it yourself. You're getting back what you put out. So do you not agree Antifa's not getting back what they put out?
I think that if 93% of anti-fascist BLM movement is peaceful, then that leaves a small fraction of people that are looking.
98% of patriot protests are peaceful.
I'm not saying that. I mean, I don't.
If that's the case, if there are that many,
You don't know, but yet you're talking like you do.
If there are that many that are peaceful,
hate groups and what you guys do to people.
Explain the hate groups you follow.
Can I tell you?
Explain the people that you think that are such hateful people.
Can I tell
Who are
you
the leaders of the group that you think are hateful people?
Can I tell you what Antifa did to me for just walking through Portland?
for literally just walking through Portland.
Yeah, Carl.
Okay.
Carl says, I know how this guy feels. You can only take so much.
Because I was walking through the
human.
streets, and this was right after one of my good friends was just shot and killed in the streets of Portland. By Antifa.
You think Jay got what he deserved?
That's what I was point I was trying to make.
No, he wasn't doing anything.
No,
he was walking to a food truck. No, he was walking to a food
versus
truck.
a gunshot and killed. Really?
Well, again, like, I think
This is coming from the movement that says people over property.
So it's okay, right?
right? Because look,
That's
So
a
then you
special
complain
breed there,
when a
boy.
black kid gets shot by a cop for pulling a gun. That's not all right.
Siege precinct.
But it's okay for Jay to die for
Thank you, Bart, for that link.
somebody, but if you pull a gun,
After the guy said, hey, we got two right here. Hey, we got some Trumpers right here. He hides in a parking garage, waits for Jay
That's a
and
great
Chandler to
source as
pass,
well.
follows
With
behind them.
Bard's Eye.
Jay turns around in self-defense, and
For
Jay
anyone
gets
viewing on
shot.
Facebook, Bard's Eye just commented a great link there, educational,
It's not two separate issues. It's not two separate issues.
for informational purposes.
but you're saying that one
Wow,
way is okay,
Bard.
but the other way is not.
I remember each one of those places before they were burned.
It's okay one way, but not the other.
Whose voice is annoying?
That
My
night,
voice?
liquor store.
If you don't like my
Yep.
voice, you can get the fuck off my channel.
Yep, the tobacco shop,
That's what I think.
the Advance.
But if you're not talking about me, all good.
I agree. I'm not saying all of them are justified, but the ones that are, you guys.
Her voice. Okay. All good. All good. All good. I just saw the comment right when I looked down, so all good, y'all.
Never justified. But you justify Jay being killed.
Wait.
But you just
Wait, let me just ask you one question. If he pulled a gun and pointed at you, and I shot him, is that justified? Because I just saved your life?
Is it justified to shoot somebody for macing them? Hey, do you think it's justified to shoot somebody for macing them? If somebody maces you, think it's justified? You think it's
Oh
justified?
yeah, Greta. She done
All right, then.
to walk away a minute ago.
But
No different than that other
With
dude
lethal
that
force?
pulled out.
according to the law,
With lethal force? So next time Antifa maces a patriot, is it okay if they pull out a gun and shoot them in the head? Is it okay?
Greg, I'm
Is it
glad-
okay? You won't answer the question. You won't answer the question.
Glad you
If
enjoy
I
it,
make it
brother.
about the left-wing people, you'll answer the question. But if I turn the question around to a right-wing guy, you won't answer the question because I'm pissed at you. Because I am literally angry at you. Yes. Yeah, because you know what you've been doing. You've shitted on fucking Jay's grave since you've been here. Of course I'm mad. Of course I'm mad. If you had fucking balls, I'd be in jail right now. Shitted on fucking Jay's grave since you've been here. Of course I'm mad. Of course I'm mad. If you had fucking balls, I'd be in jail right now because I done already fucking punch you because you're a woman. That's the only reason why I haven't done anything. Because you're a fucking woman.
Look, I get it. It's not a nice conversation. I appreciate you guys not punching me.
I don't appreciate you.
That's Black Rebel Lisa.
You're anti-fascist.
He's been hit in the head with a rock by Antifa, had his skull cut open. He's been stabbed by Antifa as well.
You're actually
So,
anti-fascist. You'd be on
if
the
anyone's
defensive,
first
not
on
the
this
offensive.
topic, it'd be him over her.
Antifa goes out and they attack. It's true.
You know, I've been standing here talking to you guys since I got here.
Yes, you by yourself. When you say you're with Antifa.
I am an anti-fascist, 100%.
Yeah, then you say you're with
I will always
Antifa.
be on the
You can
side
have
of
your own
Antifa.
group, give it your own name, say you're whatever you want to be, but when you're with them, you are a terrorist. You can say, well, I'm just with ISIS, guys. I'm just with ISIS. But it's not okay that they kill people. I'm just with ISIS. That's what you're doing.
I cut my hair
It's
because
the same
the
fucking
fucking
thing.
made me paranoid hearing them getting the Capitol guys.
I think that was the weed. That was the weed.
You were here on the 6th?
Yeah.
Philip is whose teeth got knocked out. All a different dude, but one of the three gentlemen who were there today.
Cowboy or whatever, we'd be throwing drinks on you, we'd be sucker punching you. That's the difference. The people you were saying were evil fascists, even though we're upset with you because you say you're Antifa, you're saying, I have to put a single hand on you. Okay? So how come I can't walk down the street by myself. Because of Antifa. Why is that?
I'm just saying,
This fucking thing is like, I
They are.
First time up here, Antifa defending private
Like,
property.
you should be doing that anywhere, anytime.
I mean, never
Man,
mind the fact that
Antifa is evil, and you should not be with them. Honestly, the fact that you're saying that you're with them, even after everything I just told you, something's not clicking.
You'd think
Something's not
you'd
right.
have to
I don't
explain this
understand.
to a child.
It's funny you mentioned
Grown
hate, but
adults,
Antifa,
I don't know about that.
Mostly white people hit and assault black people a lot.
I can't even walk down the street. I can't even walk down the fucking street. You're talking about
That's interesting.
anti-fascism.
That's interesting.
Putting it out and getting it back part.
Putting it
Make
out.
sure to leave that part in.
No, this is live. This is live. I'm not.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So,
That's
putting
what
it
I
out. But so.
And look, I'm
So
all
again,
jacked up,
no,
you
you're
know, like,
you're
the energy
you're
and,
you're
and
fine.
some weed.
You're fine. So but again, it's not okay if you don't like something because that's considered hate, right? So if you put out that you don't like
Yep,
something,
Rob, and
you
there
might
are
get
some
killed for
sick
it
gay
because
people out there.
That's not okay if you don't like something.
If you put out violence,
I didn't say violence. You said
get
hate.
back violence.
You said.
But we don't.
We're not putting out
You
violence.
attack
Don't-
us.
The people that you are
Look,
protecting, the
each
people
side,
that you
each side
support.
can sit there and point the finger, but I'm telling you,
No, but it's
I
Antifa.
feel like-
Just gonna grab a cup of coffee, ladies and
I
gents.
feel like if you
Leave you with
if
this.
you're bear spraying people
Thank
and
you to the
get
mods.
shot,
Appreciate
that
you
is
all.
on you. If you are punching people in the street,
Is that on you?
isn't that
We don't walk up and punch people. We don't walk up and bear spray people. We do that for our own self-defense.
Pam, thank you for allowing me to get a cup of coffee and making that possible.
It's to
Appreciate
protect
you.
them from Antifa.
There was a preacher that
Self-defense.
was hit in the head yesterday in Bear Mace simply for walking up and preaching the gospel.
Yeah, what about the street preacher who was attacked by Antifa last night for preaching?
Yeah, what did he do? What was,
Hit in the head and mace with the entire
Was that hate?
bear mace.
That was hate?
How? Would he have a right to go down there when he was getting bear mace and
Yeah.
in the head to go out there and shoot people?
This is where we're at. Yeah.
This is
Would you
what we
support
have
that?
to
You
argue
obviously
with.
Yeah.
supported Jay getting murdered. You support Jay getting murdered. You did say you supported
You did
Jay
say
getting
you
murdered.
did say
You
it.
did say you supported Jay getting murdered.
I'm not going to cut it up.
I
You
said if you put
Said
out
we bear mace people earlier.
Glad I'm not there.
He said we bear mace people earlier. He did not bear mace the guy who shot him.
fucking bear mace
The
somebody.
guy who shot him did not even know him. He said, "Hey, it's a Trumper," and he shot him, and he tried to justify
I
it.
don't think they do introductions
Watching the
before
videos in
that.
real time.
Yeah, because Antifa doesn't do introductions; they just attack people they don't know. That's what they do.
They do got the scout videotaping everybody and asking them.
Yeah, he did it. He just said, "Hey, a Trumper," and he
How
tried
was
to
he able to
do
run
it.
away? How was he able to run away? Exactly nobody.
Probably some Antifa punk that tried to attack him earlier.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's what Antifa does. That's why we have bear mace. That's why we have guns. That's why we're wearing protective gear. Because of Antifa. Because they're hateful.
If you're black and you run from a cop and you point a gun, I mean, you get shot, that's on him, right?
Antifa are the
How is
ones.
that not?
Man, Antifa are the ones. Antifa are the ones hiding their identity. Antifa are the ones hiding their identity because they're the hateful ones that commit crimes, kill people, beat people up. We don't have to hide our faces because no one's on a manhunt for us. Hey, are they went on a manhunt for
Not
you?
one person.
Not one person.
Not one person. That was an American citizen who had a right to be downtown.
And
That was
He's
not
not
one
just a
person. They
fucking
killed other people
person.
too.
and there's been like 30 people that
Whew.
died as part of the protest.
Fading Wolf, good to see you, brother.
Yes.
Sherry, you as well, Janice.
How many? Hold on.
Okay. So we're not talking about this year.
How many people this year have been killed during the LA riots?
Share the resources I mentioned. Let me grab it for you. It was a link
How many? How many people have
that
died
has since
during the
gone.
left-wing violence?
Bard's Eye, if you happen to have access to that link again and wouldn't mind commenting it. Someone in YouTube happened to be asking for it, but no biggie, brother.
Do you think those kids in the riots that got killed got what they deserved?
Fading Wolf, still not smart enough to walk away, though.
What about the shootouts that were happening because the cops were too busy to patrol the neighborhoods?
Barbaro,
The black kids
much love, my brother.
Did they deserve it?
I'm gonna grab a cup of Joe.
Did they deserve
Barbaro,
it? When Antifa shot
can you
up?
handle YouTube for me, Pam? You got
I'm
Facebook?
saying I saw the video for that. That was an execution. Like there was,
One of my filmers took one of those black kids to the hospital when Antifa said, "Don't let an ambulance in."
Stop giving attention to this woman.
So let me ask you, is it okay for Antifa to shoot black kids? Is it? I mean, it's your people.
She thinks it's okay for them to stab them, obviously. She thinks it's okay for them to hit them in the head with a rock.
It's okay for Antifa to stab.
Oh, it's because you're hateful.
There it is, right there, that last one. Thank you, Bard.
Those black kids.
You can't hate back.
See.
Hateful were they?
Let me ask a question. What about some?
East Kentucky, you can't fix stupid.
What about?
No, sir, but you can damn sure cuff it.
What about you hating God? What about you hating God, or some of your people who Antifa hating God?
Oh, I'm an atheist.
So you hate God. So you're going to
God is not okay.
be careful about this hate thing, because you know you.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I do not believe in God.
That don't mean nothing just because you don't believe in it.
No, I know, but like when you say I hate God,
Yeah.
that would mean I would actually have to believe
Well,
in God.
whether you believe in him or not, that's still a hate. You don't want to acknowledge that, so you know you don't have to believe in God in order to hate God. You do not. No, you don't.
Because I can't hate something I don't.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. But you'll see. But you're still putting that out there.
Me being an atheist.
Okay, but you're still kind of putting that out there that you don't acknowledge the Creator. You don't. So I'm not. No.
That's an individual. Aren't you a libertarian, man? Don't you believe people have the right to fucking choose their own shit?
Yeah. So do we then.
Why on earth
So do we.
trying to put that crap on me?
So do we.
Because I am an atheist.
So do we. So we have the right to not like things.
Wow.
We have the right not to like things too, right?
You hate atheists
Do it-
because I don't believe in God?
I don't personally like a lot of atheists. You know?
Mike's doing.
That's all right.
She's not worth it, bro.
Okay.
She's not worth it.
Here he is.
There you go.
I didn't say I wanted to punch anyone.
You're saying that
I don't even
Antifa
know.
is justified in everything
I'm
you
gonna say this.
Yes.
You know, you're over here blaming the right wings and the Proud Boys. The Proud Boys started in 2017. Antifa's been out there rioting during Trump's campaign in
2009.
2016, burning down places. I never liked Trump always, like since the beginning. I had to change of heart because of people like you guys.
That's the reason went viral.
You know, and you know what? I've never experienced racism in America ever since I came here 2014 until I came out as a conservative. I got called a house Negro, a sellout,
Yes, sir.
Uncle Tom. You see all this, and you still say you want to stand for that.
Yeah.
Look, I am my
How
own
can you try to justify?
person.
You say you're Antifa.
I am an anti-fascist. You're goddamn right I'm an anti-fascist.
So do you disavow the violence that Antifa is causing in the streets and in our community?
If you put out violence, you get violence back.
Oh, baby.
More
More anarchy.
Put out violence.
Okay, that's the perfect.
Everything we've done is a
reason why we fight
reaction.
back.
Everything we've done is a reaction to their violence. Because I got sick and tired of seeing people, elderly people, coming out and getting mobbed like dogs on the street. So I said no more. And I came out and started defending people. I say, hell no, I'm not going to see another patriot getting mobbed like dogs
she
in the
needs
street
some
just
Jesus,
because you
that's for
disagree
sure.
with them.
Look, I'm a patriot too because
I noticed the complexion of skin of every member who's out there right now.
Yeah, it is.
What is wrong with me? Look, man, I
It's a problem because it takes away my freedom. I can have free speech. I can walk down the street safely. I can be on
It's
social
true.
media.
It's true.
I can have a career.
Free
It all
speech.
gets taken
Free
away
speech.
because you keep saying, "Oh well, I'm not one of them, but I am with them."
And
No,
I thank you
didn't tell
guys
me.
very much
You
for
guys have made
keeping
that
the
up.
chats
You guys have
respectful,
made-
even when disagreeing. Ron, Tarina, thank
Who
you
you're hanging
all.
on to?
Appreciate you guys,
Who are they?
bros.
not just them, but so many.
So many, like, since when? Since during the administration of Obama? Since Obama?
No,
Before that?
No, we're not angry people.
Like
Yeah.
since I was a
The cool
child.
thing is, you know the
probably.
difference?
Yeah, hate speech.
The difference between-
That
don't-
shit
don't-
bothers me. Like, yes, no, because well,
Because you're
hold on. The thing is,
sensitive. You're sensitive. I get
no,
it.
no, it's not that.
Who's tiny, Darren? And told that up.
Honestly,
You guys
we wouldn't
noticed
even
they
be
already
here. If I was by
ID'd one
myself,
other
I
person
wouldn't
who
be
was an
able to have a
anti
conversation.
here.
I would get my ass beat. You
Yep.
would all gang up on me and beat the fuck out of me, because that's what you do. You see the difference? And you want to be on that side?
I think the second person.
I want to be on that side. I don't get it.
Here in to talk to you guys.
Because we don't attack you.
We don't attack you, but we can't
We
even.
don't
I
attack.
agree, Robin. Who says, in my opinion, you're only wasting your breath when you try to talk to them. That's correct.
93% of BLM.
You cannot rationalize
No, they're
with
not. If you go to
irrational
your rally
people,
right now, if you had one.
and the definition of insanity is
Oh my God,
is
you're not
doing
listening.
the same thing over and
I said
over
your
again,
rally. We
expecting
went
a
to your-
different result.
You're not listening.
When someone diverts their feelings to
Yeah.
aggression,
So
a step
can I come down? Can I
past
come down there? Can we come
being
down?
assertive,
If I came down
Nah.
and talked to y'all,
And 98%. 98% of them are going to be peaceful, right? 98%.
Wait, no, you can't go
It's
down
not gonna be
because law
peaceful. Y'all
enforcement
would
will
gang
let
up.
them.
Yeah, they will. They will. 98%.
Probably because they love you guys. I mean, for sure, the right wing or neo-Nazis have infiltrated military, the law enforcement, judges, the highest levels of the land.
Name a country and name a secret group.
All right, we've been up almost 3 hours now. Just want to thank everyone who has been with us thus far. I know I said I'm getting coffee 5 times, but I am being viewer funded. If anyone deems my efforts and what you're seeing today, which no MSM network would or will cover, if you deem my efforts worthy of donating, I do have a Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal in Facebook and on YouTube. Aside that, just want to thank you for the pleasure of your company, and you guys in chat today. Enjoy.
You work at schools. We know. Guys,
Is that
that's the thing.
That's like a big.
I see a lot of young people.
It's a lot of indoctrination in the schools too, huh?
It's a lot of lies being
Indoctrination everywhere.
Especially from the internet, especially from their online communities. When you look at gaming and all the stuff that is going on,
a lot of it's in the schools.
Well, it's everywhere. But how much time do I have to spend indoctrinating your kids? Not fucking much, because they're in class learning. Well,
they're learning your indoctrination. That's what they're learning.
I am who I am. I am always me. I am fucking real with these kids, and that's why they love me, and that is why they respect me. And you know what? I have gone a goddamn year at that school.
You got it, Stacy. No, thank you very much.
I wouldn't allow you to see my kids.
I don't care what you would allow, man. I work at a public school.
I would.
Miss Shannon Owens donates
right there, all this.
Eats coffee
Look at the hate. Look, now you talk
the
about hate.
sweetest thing on the face of the planet.
Listen to the hate. You talk about hate. Listen to the hate.
I heard.
Angry.
Because people won't stay home.
Michelle Lott, is she a teacher? That's a great question. I do not know, but I can say that 12 of the first 20 arrested in Portland were teachers.
I'm fine.
One of them being a kindergarten teacher by the name of A-Rex Johnson.
You live in Washington?
Why did you come out? Why didn't you stay home?
Do I gotta start screaming and acting like
so?
And I'm doing it as safely as I can. I'm trying to social distance. No.
I'm so confused.
You're exercising.
Yep.
How come airplanes don't social distance? Airplane?
Look,
I'm just asking.
I just mean in general. I don't mean for you to come out and exercise your First Amendment rights. It's your right to come out here.
Do you know what the inventor of the PCR test has said about the COVID test?
I mean that, like, when you put a lot of people in places and people are going to get sick, it's a fucking pandemic.
Like we always have. Like we always have. Like we've always got sick.
The pandemic is based off of positive tests.
There's not
the polymerase chain reaction test invented by Dr.
Right, Cam? She says, I'm so sorry, but she needs to be fired. I'm a teacher.
You don't care about
and would never, ever.
The inventor of the PCR test said that you can't use PCR tests to diagnose. Like, the guy
and
they closed the school down because
this is getting nowhere. They're good. They are good. These folks are good. They're good. I'm done. They're too good. They know how to go in circles. How you doing? They're good.
The circular logic. That's what it is.
Yeah, they're good.
This is what they teach them in schools.
Yep, Greta.
Yeah.
This is how I have to talk
Ajax,
to
I
my
love
teenagers
it.
yeah. She won't say if she supports the 1619 project, but I know she does.
Mike
That's
Stewart says
indoctrination of all our
communist.
schools. She won't answer my questions.
Yeah,
Yep.
they know how to go in round. Yep.
The thing is, like, there's no way I could go.
That's right, Charlie. I'll tango. Cat, sometimes you gotta walk away, man.
I had to run.
Yep.
I was fast.
All they do is start screaming.
Yeah.
All right, let me grab that. I hope BCP is still up when I get back.
There's someone.
Thanks again, guys and girls. Rock Bear! I'll be right back, brother. Just grabbing some Joe. Good to see you, man.
How do you feel about big tech, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram?
And Rock Bear said, that's why I homeschooled my kids.
Well, if they can do it to the president, they can deny speech to everybody. That's an American institution. Freedom of speech, and I know they have it too.
Because the day after Antifa knocked out my teeth in San Francisco, I was protesting against big tech, protesting against Twitter and big tech, had a free speech rally. Big tech busted Antifa in each state, about 500, 600 Antifa, and they knocked out my front teeth. And the day after they did that to me, they banned me on Facebook, they banned me on Instagram, they banned me on Twitter, they manipulated Google search results against me, they manipulated YouTube search results against me, they took down the GoFundMe campaign to fix my teeth, and they also put false information, fact checks, and all the hundreds and thousands of videos that people were posting of me, getting my teeth knocked out, and me getting
well, the legislature makes the laws.
Legislature in 9 minutes. We did it all in 9 minutes. What have you guys done in 9 minutes?
I don't know, it's got here.
Portland and Olympia are on the map.
Okay.
Streamers just doubled.
I ran for
Olympia and Portland. They're probably coming to Olympia, but additional streamers just got
Depends on how
here.
you define that.
Either martial law or not martial law.
Riot Hard is up in Louisville, Kentucky as well.
Martial law.
Are you talking nationally or are you talking about in Washington State?
Washington State.
Okay, no, I heard today that we might be on a martial law of some kind, federally.
And what's up with the police and the National Guard? Was this the Democrats doing?
Well, I think.
Do you know how much all that cost?
No, I don't.
Because
Yeah,
there's
I'm
no
sure it
violence.
cost something.
There's
We
no
wanna find
violence.
out.
We didn't even litter. You know, we just wanted
Well,
to.
in fact, 99.9% of the people in Washington, D.C. were jovial. I had friends that went there and said it was a good crowd, but they got somehow opened the gates and let provocateurs and ruffians.
Are you in full support of the people's right to attend the legislative sessions?
To do what?
To attend the sessions inside that they have? Are you in
Well, they
support?
always used to before. I think people should be, allowed to do like they always have done. Because COVID is actually, I think the average COVID victim is 80 years old. I mean, those people should probably stay away because their immune systems aren't like they were. But I think what's interesting too is you look at the death rates for the entire country, and then they haven't changed over. It's no spike because of COVID, but yet flu and some of these other things are down too. So I just think that we've overreacted. I mean, if we're going to make a mistake, it's got to be on the side of freedom. And it didn't really ever reach these proportions where this has had to have happened.
So how come the government's letting you get away with lying about the death counts, lying about the case numbers? Because they're using that as an excuse to pull off things like this and shut down small businesses and arrest us for doing things you normally do on a daily basis. And I just like to know, how come they're getting away with that? How come they're allowed to inflate the numbers? And how come they're allowed to give exactly what the Chinese Communist Party wants? Because I think you understand that COVID-19 is a bioweapon. It's not a
Just
natural
give me
disease.
1 second,
And
but
they
you'll
lied about it
never
in the
guess
first
who's
place.
just
They did during the
spotted.
height of the Hong Kong
Waldo is hot.
protest, and the Hong Kong protest, made China the #1 economy in the world, and also so they could
Get
also
ready
take
for
over
it.
America because they don't want Donald Trump to be president, partly due to the trade deal, the real deal. So how come the government isn't doing anything about that? Because they're lying about COVID-19 and they're lying about the death number and the case number.
Yeah. Well, it happens. Who owns the press? 97% of the press is owned by 6 major corporations. They like things the way they are. They want more control. They've kidnapped the narrative. If anybody like you has an alternative, they get shut down. So we need to break up, like the monopoly, these giant tech companies and the mainstream news to get the truth out. Because we're losing that truth. And that's the challenge. For us.
Guess
And
who's
all of you
here?
guys, I know you're all doing your part by being here.
Yeah, because the COVID-19 is that deadly. The police and military wouldn't be staying that close to each other. The reporters wouldn't be staying next to each other. Y'all probably wouldn't even be having any legislative sessions. Because I think even the Democrats don't believe in the bullshit that they're trying to spew. I don't think they do.
What can you...
Hang on. Come on, Wheels.
Wheels
Waldo. Spotted. Something's going down.
Especially for the masks don't work and they say wear masks. And
This is Portland. Portland, something's going down. Wheels Waldo.
He's a black man, okay? No matter how you feel about it. 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 That is first and foremost a black man. Okay? And I asked him.
Hang on. Get this up now. No, my web browser computer.
No. Wait, that is a black man.
Still haven't gotten that coffee.
Yep.
We don't fucking do that. If you're
No.
here for black person, and we're
No.
here to find every no, we don't have nothing to do.
He was willing to talk to us. He was willing to have a conversation. And he wanted to have No, I don't need anything else out of you. I don't need anything else out of you except for just please acknowledge that was wrong. That was wrong. And if I'm representing something, don't do it around me. Do not do it around me.
Oh man, he will F you up.
Okay, bye.
2 ways till Tuesday.
Bye. Don't do that shit around me. Don't do that shit around me.
Yeah. Fucking get
out.
Oh.
Did you get that on video?
I got a lot of it there. I tried not to get faces, I got Dustin and you saying not to do that, and that was wrong, because, yeah, we do not stand for that, like it just says there.
1 sec.
Yeah,
Got
sure.
the secondary angles coming.
Hey, everyone on the sidewalk. Everyone on the sidewalk. Sidewalk. We're at the ambulance. I know it doesn't matter.
Yes, there was a gentleman who came out who didn't have a mask on. Someone got a little too confrontational with you. But people here are not trying to be violent in any way, so they did not stand for that. And Dustin and other people in the group threw him out because no, they're not here for just random violence and going after anybody. He's staying on point about not having Andy Knows book here.
What's going on is anybody's guess to me. Let me try to get another street here. This is Portland, Oregon. 2 letters.
If you're here to fight, Howells and Annie know right now. I don't know why Dustin is the only one up here. I don't know why you're so afraid of this property.
Hey, he had the fucking defense.
I gotta grab this cup of coffee. This is gonna get entertaining. I know it already.
Remember, we are peaceful. We are peaceful. We don't have to do any of that shit. But we can't be here. This is our fucking city. We can be anywhere we want. Hey, by the way, too, when I posted this, I had an inbox full of
Azelle, your petty bullshit's really getting old. If you want to talk to me like an adult in a DM, do that. If not, get down here and actually learn the people who are in the movement, okay? Because you're wrong.
Oh.
Yeah, well, you're going after Dustin as well, so.
Hey, Laya, good to see you. Tony, oh, I saw they're protesting this bookstore because they are selling Andy Nago's book. Oh, that's great. Yeah, streams are coming online. San Francisco.
Yeah, no, they didn't. Nice lie, though, Azelle.
Oh, hang on, let me get you some audio. And 1 second.
She thinks he's a white supremacist. She said it on the comments in my Instagram. You can go and take a look.
That's going on there in Louisville.
Hey, ready? One more show of hands. Ready? Raise your hand if you've been doxxed by Andy No. Raise your hand if you've been doxxed by Andy No, please.
Yeah, your colleagues, Azelle. I have nothing to do with the movement.
Raise your hands if you've got a
We gotta get a closer look at this, guys. I'm sorry. Give me a second here. We'll handle this, no problem.
Oh my fucking God.
Say it again.
My friends had to move apartments. My friends had to move apartments because of...
How did I silence you, Azelle? Jeez, get off yourself.
Look at that. Look at that. You shall not pass.
You know that? Regina Reyes had to move.
Andy Nago's book? Jeopardizing our movement.
When somebody showed up with a fucking gun.
Yeah, you're all alone in that sentiment, Azelle.
What's that poster right there say?
But nice try. Nice gaslighting.
Something about fascism.
If somebody can make a run to Target,
Figures.
I will give them money. I need tape, posters, and whatever we can do for easiest signs, like whether it's markers or
Tape and chalk. Anybody want to make a run to Target for tape and chalk?
Tape and chalk.
Let me text my mom.
What even started this?
You're the one being a troll.
Stop chewing dumb, dude. Well, Bangladesh. No worries, bro. Time out. You can't come on to somebody else's podcast, my friend.
Just whatever you can do.
No.
Whatever is good.
You know, some people are saying, well, you guys are down here.
Thank you.
Matter of fact, I'll do you the justice of popping on here and saying hello. Yeah, no, that's not going to fly, bro. It's my laptop. It's my screens. It's my setup. And it's my time and energy. You're more than welcome to go find the stream and go to it yourself. And just so we're clear, you could have respectfully said, hey man, your gun's a little loud. You know, the fact that you clench your jaw because you're in a lot of pain right now and you're streaming for other people's when you otherwise wouldn't be, that'd be one thing. But when you're a dick, it's another. Excuse me, everyone else.
What is it about Andy No? Why is that important?
Andy No is selling current active propaganda that is putting our lives at risk.
Oh, this is about Andy No.
Our information is in this book. He's talking specifically about Portland Antifa. The same folks that he has had on his website, on his Twitter, on his social media, that have actively put our lives
Oh, I'm
at
sorry.
risk.
Is that too loud?
Showing up to our fucking houses with guns and weapons.
The principal.
I want to introduce you first and foremost to Jen. Jen, I like to hear her to explain her own story, but also a girl by the name of Regina Rage and how badly that affected.
So Regina's doing a pretty.
Come over to somebody else's house for dinner. Oh, what you got in your cabinet, fridge? Oh, it's shit. Fuck do you care? It's not your house.
She consistently puts her body out on the line and is a black femme who consistently stands up for her community, both physically, emotionally, mentally, even financially.
Yeah. Fucking queen.
And they really put their entire life out on the line, especially as a black femme that's already a target, right? So being doxxed by Andy No, being somebody who organizes events and who speaks at events and who can't walk up the way a lot of white people can, and can still be recognized in blog. That is something that she's willing to do for the freedom of her people. So I know Dustin and I have a pretty close relationship with Ray, enough to know that like she's gonna continue fighting no matter what. Nothing is gonna stop her. But yeah, at this point, we're really just fighting for people like Ray who have been doxxed by Andy and are being doxxed still by having it put out and published in a physical, tangible book.
In a fucking book, our cover.
Right.
Our covers exist forever.
Right. And so like, even speaking about how the internet lasts forever, this
over at Olympia.
Like more.
I guess it's so important to understand.
So what about the statement that Powell put out this afternoon earlier today that they're not going to be carried in the store?
I don't think it needs to be physical in the store for there to be a problem. Like, the fact that they're still selling it is then like really playing with capitalism and still feeling like them selling that book is more important than the lives that are putting themselves out on the line.
Just like this.
So you're going to stick around here, you're going to be here every day until they decide to not sell it at all?
I will be mercenary. Every fucking day until they take it down. I'd like to introduce you to Root and Jedi. Two of our very, very, very important people / leaders in our community. Jedi, tell me what you think about Andy No and how it's affected you.
I think he's heard a lot of things. My good friend Regina Rage was doxxed by Andy No, and then the white supremacist shut up to her house, arresting her with a gun.
Oh yeah, he's always smoking a blunt too. He's just like alcohol.
Andy No's bullshit. And he's doxxed a ton of my friends. And he's just a fascist propagandist. And for Powell's
Look at that setup, guys. I think it's pretty good. I dig it.
Any company or any institution that's actively being complicit in supporting a fascist,
We can get some audio from BCP.
and that's why
Good to go.
to show that that's not okay. There needs to be pressure.
How do you think that's going to work up here? Is that a concern for you guys?
We've already seen that the product has been used to provide more peace. And you have teachers and parents who have more.
I know Dustin, but I don't know. I'm not going to remember his name. Twitter, I'm Baghdad Brian. Oh, okay. I know. You're not really mass. It's like you're only has half the beat.
I'd also like to introduce you to Root.
Yeah, Ruth, so you were on the, I heard you with the mega.
Fading Wolf. I wonder if Mini Tifa's cup, Starbucks cup, is for when he gets thirsty or when he has to go, or both. Rock Bear says, I will put my disability against his.
Also, right now, you may want to point out she's talking over POC organizers, which is pretty rude.
It's pretty rude here. Organizers outside her business here. She has the audacity.
I see that argument, but also at the same time, this is active fascism. There's a difference between the historical value that we get from Minecraft, from that thing, to not repeat that. This is different. This is active fascism that we can do something about right now. Because if you take, like, if Minecraft hadn't been published, you know what I'm saying? This is active fascism that we can fight in this moment. And this is what we
Twitter?
have to do. We have to show up every day until they stop selling that fucking blood. That's all.
Do you guys, I don't know if you heard the news, but,
There we go. That's live. Yep. Oh, they out. Peace out. Yo, 5-0, 5-0. Beat it, beat it. Be cool, be cool. Shut up, shut up. Alright, false alarm. We're good, we're good.
By siren.
Nah, Popo for us in Portland. Psych.
Powell's is supposed to represent Portland, Oregon? It sure fucking does because it's fascist! And it's
Whoa.
white!
She's feisty.
Fuck you, Powell's books! Fuck you every day until you take that shit off!
Damn.
Well, you certainly need to be active.
1 second.
And you need to be helping with bringing clarity to these bills. There are a couple of gun bills that I'm very worried about.
Alright, let's get some audio from Likeless.
We stopped them.
We will not allow Andy Jones
to
make a single fucking
I
dollar
suspect that they're going to come
from your store.
forward with some
Have you ever been to a
magazine
store?
ban or red flag.
I don't fucking think so! I don't fucking think so! Sitting so comfortable in there in the fucking capitalism!
hey, if anything actually goes, will you give me a call?
Yeah, sure.
I kind of need to run.
I have to take off soon in the middle.
Yeah, so that one guy, that guy was there.
Yeah, I'm not too far also. So.
That's also going to go after You're certainly going to see taxes. They're going to push more taxes. They're using COVID. Make no mistake, everybody here should know our revenue increased year over year. Even in the height of COVID, our economy still produced more. What they did was they kicked all small businesses in the gut.
So as co-workers,
Big corporations
you
still
may lose money.
sales.
And I
People are
apologize.
still producing for
This
the
is about
economy,
you.
which we had tax revenue.
This is
that
about
grew.
Emily. What you are
Well,
important
their
though.
relief is going to come in the
You
notion
can
of
pass
tax
on the
rates are going to
message.
be poor, but they're using
You
COVID
can tell
to
your
cover people.
owners
So they're
that
gonna
you
push
do
tax
not
prices up.
support fascism. You are important in this. You may not think so.
Give me a minute tops, guys. I need this coffee bad.
Because you probably live in this
Good to be with you guys.
FBI
Everybody
now.
on Facebook, everybody on YouTube, if anybody's there and hasn't liked or reacted thus far, if you deem quality of content and coverage worthy of liking and reacting, I do my best to bring you guys streams from around the nation, and I hope you're having a good time. You're welcome to follow us and enjoy the pleasure of company with everybody we have in the community who makes up the chat. Truly incredible, awesome people. Regardless of your views, you're welcome here. I just ask that you respectfully agree to disagree if anyone else might not agree with you. Aside that, it's all good. Now, I wonder why they're not showing anything. There we go. Their fearless leader does. Yeah.
Every fucking day we'll be here. And if I lose my voice, somebody's got me. I got you.
We got you.
Oh, there it is. What is it? Keep fascism.
But hey,
Something.
there is a, I forget the name. There is a black homemade bookstore in town. Just look it up. They're amazing. So much better than Powell's.
So much better. Powell's.
How you doing, Dustin?
Good. How you doing?
Yeah, doing good, man. Sorry I saw your Twitter shut down, but to be expected, right?
No, I can't believe they actually did it this time.
Right? I mean, yeah, it's not the
Oh man, he got his
right?
Twitter
It's
shut
like, man,
down.
where
No
does
wonder
that
why I
honor?
tried to click on 2 likes list and it didn't connect.
A right-wing extremist called Andy No has published a book, and all it is lies and doxing information and stuff about people in the Pacific Northwest. So people are protesting it right now because Powell's is selling it online. They were going to have it in the store, but they pulled it off the shelves, but they still have it online.
That's because they're a bookstore, no different than a publisher, even if they have differing views, like, say, publishing a conservative book, being a, liberal publisher, they're still going to do it, because that's how they make their money.
No vandalism has happened at all. People are just here, they're holding up signs, but nothing, no damage has happened whatsoever.
Every day. Probably tomorrow we pastries. Because I got you. If I didn't know her, I saw this shit.
Yes, you will. But
that's a
it will be up to the discretion of the people running the Zoom meeting whether you get to speak for
so they made some leeway.
a bill or a budget or a tax. And to me, that's not sufficient. Remember last year, right here, when there was a bill in the state Senate that would have basically run hairdressers out of business. It would have required them not to be able to work freelance at all, which most hairdressers were. Hairdressers showed up to the campus here from all over the state to say no
Downtown
to
Portland
this
here
bad bill that would have put them out of business.
Just to fill
That
you guys
was
in
democracy in action. That was a beautiful thing. And that can't happen right now
the
with this Zoom session
journalist
setup.
who has been fired from
And
all
I want
reputable
hairdressers,
newspapers and news outlets that he ever tried to work at because he does fabricate lies.
Sherry, Dash, Wolf, I'll be with you guys in a sec. 4 points, you as well.
On people in the Pacific Northwest.
Stop putting us out of work. Stop closing down our businesses.
Because
Stop.
unlike
And thank you so much to Pam, Brian, and the other mods holding down Facebook.
Is it cuts
pounded.
you guys out of that process. So we will all know
so good to
these are informative
and we will
texts,
continue to
historical
fight as
pieces,
these temporary rules
autobiographies,
become
nothing that is
permanent
being
rules
produced
for
to
the
purely
session.
spread
To
hate
try
and
to make
disinformation.
Wheels needs to
that
move
most
away from the
of
effing
activity
door.
that's happening here, and that there
I
are
don't know any
reasonable
other books that are
safeguards
like
for the
that.
health of people who are
If you guys prefer the audio just dedicated to Portland or to Olympia, you just let me know. You can comment there too. You want it left as is, just comment the one.
And that's what today's message is about.
Extreme people on
So
the right,
when
and
you
this
talk
has
to
been
your neighbors,
confirmed
when you
by
talk to your family and friends,
dozens, if
tell
not
them that
hundreds
we
of people
want
On your way,
right
Bart?
now
to consider
All right,
the
brother.
health and well-being of everyone.
and threatened by their
But
lives, including
representative
me. I have been
democracy
doxxed by Andy
requires
No in that way. My
public
information was
access
shared
to the
out there.
process. And that's what's in danger right now.
Trolls in here are reminding people why there's that bullshit out there because shit was fabricated against me.
No,
I have nothing but support from people on my side, including Dustin here, that have seen that.
Now, they
People
are
who have actually
subject
been on the street here
to
know what's
modification.
actually
You can
going
change
on.
the rules along the way. And that's, of course, what we hope will happen.
Because there's a lot of lies,
So
spin,
Zoom session, say that the
disinformation, and
Democrats
flat
are
out just
using
no
Zoom to talk to you
coverage of
guys in
some
there. If
stuff.
that's true, then why is the National Guard even here if they're using Zoom and they're not even inside the building?
Well, they were
Makes no
afraid
sense.
of what happened in D.C. earlier.
You
and
think?
there's some confusion about what happened in D.C. and what happened here. But it's, people are nervous.
If it's their constitution,
Kind of a plan for the worst or the best type person. Okay, so if they did everything they want here, what can we do
Well, you can log on, you can watch DW, but more importantly,
I went to that bookstore.
I ask all of you,
and they helped
everyone
me.
you talk to,
They are
contact
totally in
every
solidarity.
legislator in
And
Olympia.
if-
Go to
if we need a
the lead.
Thank you so much, Brian. To anyone who has been kind enough to send their friends, their family, their followers to my page, whether it be Facebook, whether it be YouTube, I tremendously appreciate your and just truly look forward to meeting and speaking with so many more awesome, kind, and logically rational
in those hearings.
people.
But isn't it already a
Yeah.
constitutional law that gives people access to the legislature?
Let's not sit outside a
The
bookstore.
argument is that
How
by
about that?
logging on, you have access. I simply feel that logging on and joining a
Michelle,
meeting
great.
is not
Now Red
sufficient.
Boots has the mic.
But their argument will be that that's enough and that satisfies these requirements. I don't agree.
Yeah, ease one off real quick.
Those guys were right down there, and they love us, and they
That's
support
correct.
us.
Well,
Thank you.
we're at this point now where the legislature can debate the proclamations the governor makes. And that will be a matter just like any law. And again, constitutional people...
No kidding. Your cousin Taylor did great. Awesome, man. I'm so
But we
thankful.
are a vocal
So
minority.
thankful.
We are a strong minority, and we will fight like
If
heck
I see your name, I'll be sure to thank you for sure.
negotiate and vote on the governor's actions. His
But again,
ability
just
to
so grateful
operate
and
as a one-man project.
what's the word? It's
is
refreshing
over now because
to
we
be
are
with
in
all of
session
you.
again. That they call it a unitary executive. It's a theory of channeling all
Oh,
of
Dax,
authority.
you don't know that dude from Portland? Wheels? Yeah, he's very active
That's over
in
because now we're in
Portland
session, and the law
Seattle's
around his
team,
emergency
but mostly
powers gives him
Portland.
all that discretion when we're not in session.
Downtown
Now
Portland
we're
here,
in
outside
session,
Powell's
whether
Books.
it's Zoom or not. Say again? No, they still exist, but now they're subject to review by the legislature, as they should be always. As soon as possible. We don't have a date.
So, do you have any good news?
Well, the good news is legislature is back in session, and we have the opportunity, we have the chance to restore the proper separation of powers in our government. So it's not a lot, it's not a guarantee, but it's the chance for the legislature to assert itself again as a co-equal branch to the executive. And we don't have to let the executive be operating out on its own as we have for the past 9 months. Well, I have a bill, HB 1029, that is the legislative version of Initiative 1114. It reforms the law around the governor's extraordinary powers in an emergency and limits them in time to 14 days. So HB 1029 is critical. Beyond that, I think we're looking at issues that are bigger than any bill. What we're looking for is to say no to tax increases, whatever form they take, on the people of Washington. That's going to be a number of different bills. So far coming out of the state Senate more, but they'll be
Notice wheels, hot on this.
We're going to say no to tax
Notice
increases,
wheels
and we're
right
gonna say
there.
yes, as much as we
Hot on
can
this trail.
to
Look
bills
at that.
give regulatory relief and permitting relief to small businesses and individuals. around
Wheels
the
won't
state.
stop.
So we want to get to that place where
Throwing shit at 'em.
restaurants can reopen, where small mom and pop stores are on at least a somewhat equal footing with corporate giants. We want to give small businesses a break from the business and occupation tax, the B&O tax, not forever, but for 6 months or a year, a holiday, so that they can get back on their feet and get back up and running again. When I talk to small business owners around the state, they all agree that that B&O tax is the biggest financial hit they take. Although the unemployment insurance tax, which is rocketing up higher, may be taking that place. So we need to get a control on that.
See, Chuds are agreeing with you,
insurance
Zell. You
tax,
think you're on the right
and
side?
we need to get some kind of holiday or break on that B&O tax. So those are the big ones. It's more than any one thing. It's a strategic approach to helping people and small businesses get back on their feet after this COVID.
Are you still going to be doing those weekly blogs?
Come on,
Oh yeah,
Dustin.
no, I'm still on social media as long as they haven't blocked everybody. I'm still on Facebook. I'm still on MeWe for people who don't have Facebook.
Website
Website too, all over the place. The best one is
Right.
representativejimwolf.com, and that's the official site where you can go and see what's up.
Is there anything being done about the
impending foreclosures coming down the pipe?
Oh gosh, yes.
Let's go. Oh, there he is.
Because people aren't
He's
paying
back.
rent.
Right.
He's still there.
What we need to do is make sure that there are existing programs to assist landlords and property owners who have been negatively affected
Let's try
by the
refreshing them.
eviction moratorium and even the utilities non-payment moratorium. There are
we're good.
Programs in place already to give people aid to that. They're just not funded. So we've got to make sure that we put some money into the empty programs. Right.
Come on, Dustin.
That looks like it has bipartisan support, so I think that will at least get a hearing. And for those of you who don't follow this stuff closely, this is a reform of some of the foreclosure and other processes, administrative processes for non-owner occupied buildings. Right now, if you live in the house you own, you have some assistance from the legal process in the state. If you have a rental unit, you don't. So we want to get the rental units covered the same way that owner-occupied are. And this helps everybody. This helps the renter and it helps the property owner. So it takes some of the financial pressures off. So contact and tell the members of the housing committees if you want the bill on non-owner-occupied arbitration. And we can post the bill number. I'm not sure which committee it is on, probably the housing. People get caught up in bill numbers. So remember the concept of the bill, which is to give non-owner all the members of the housing committee a fair shake. All right, bill.
All right, now 1 sec. Got a better angle.
And we can post the bill number and everything on the website. But people get caught up in bill numbers. Remember the concept of the bill, which is to give non-owner occupied structures and buildings a fair shake. All right, good.
Last question.
We don't know. The governor's latest extension of his lockdown goes through today. He's extending it a little farther while he puts his new multi-phase in place. We don't know. The multi-phase thing is really an extended lockdowns. So for the time being, for the foreseeable future, he's going to continue to try to continue these. There's some talk at the end of March.
Trying to get back Dustin as well. Give me a sec on that one.
It's just around the corner. What we're going to do over in that building, and a lot on Zoom, is put pressure on the governor to actually end the lockdowns. And that's just going to be a political tug of war.
Will that be bipartisan?
It starts tomorrow.
Will that be bipartisan?
I don't know.
So are you done?
We're finished for today.
Why are some Democrats?
I lied.
Well, because they don't
Give me a sec. Let me grab a cup of coffee. I'll be back. Hopefully, Dustin, in the time between now and then will be good too. Thank you to everybody who's still hanging out. I'm going to wrap the stream up shortly. It's been up for about 3.5 hours. If anybody's still watching, should they deem the quality of content and coverage worthy of liking and reacting, it truly goes a long way, as well as being 100% viewer funded if anyone wants or wishes to make a donation, which truly goes a long way and enables me to be able to continue doing this for the community that is now nearing 7,000, which is hard to believe. I do have that pinned in the comment section of Facebook and YouTube. But I just want to thank everybody.
TV is not enough. You have to have a reasonable belief
and I will see
that
you in a minute.
Your voice will be heard, particularly in a committee hearing, which is supposed to be the place where the citizens can be heard. And I'm deeply concerned that you won't get that with these rules.
Is there any legal action you might be expecting?
Well, we don't know yet. There's been no damage yet, so we'd have to see. Something would have to happen first, and then someone could, if you were excluded from being able to speak at a committee hearing, then you might have a complaint to make.
President, again, you were talking about the House Bill 1029, and I know that was introduced today. It wasn't officially read, though, correct? Correct, and that's for the discretion of the speaker. We gotta bang our pots and pans and contact our representatives and demand a hearing. So we should keep reaching out to our legislators and keep pounding that line, because
remember 1029.
I know you're one of the sponsors.
Right.
Do you think there'll be bipartisan support on that or no?
There's not so far, but hope springs eternal.
Okay, well, thank you.
Sure.
The RCW states that if the governor extends the orders that the legislature majority and the House majority or minority have to approve of the extension before it is valid, who is going to approve of those extensions now? You guys are open, so who is going to approve of those, and how is that going to be transferred from the House Senate majority and House minority to the legislature? Is that going to be changed, or is it still the same right now?
No, the law says that the four corner signatures are when legislature is not in session.
Right, now it is. So who is signing for that and who is agreeing to that? And is all the legislature people have to agree to
The
it?
second of what you said. It's subject to a vote of the entire legislature.
So if he makes it today, this extension, since you guys are in session, he has to have a vote of you guys before it takes.
No, that's not exactly right. Certain of his proclamations, he claims, are not subject to legislative approval on extension.
What is that?
It gets into the weeds on the law, but it includes Proclamation 20.25, which is the thing that's being extended on the lockdown.
Is it today the first day of the new?
In theory, yeah. But it's not complete. It's only got 2 of the 4 phases.
So what's your position on the education system right now and what's going on with what's your position on that?
Well, in our K-12 schools, we got to get our schools back open and kids back in the classroom.
No mask in the classroom. Not good enough. No mask in the classroom for the kids. It's not good enough just to want them back in person. No mask.
I hear you. I want to leave that decision to each school district. I don't think we should be making that decision here.
Parents.
Or parents.
The parents.
But it's at the school board level that you as parents have the best voice.
Yes, that's true.
If we make decisions over here statewide about what schools have to do, you have less of a voice. Your best voice is talking to your local school district. So the decision...
Schools are mob rule against moral.
Well, don't let it be like that. Don't let it be like that. Attend your school board meetings. But I think that the decision on that has to be locally made. I don't think we should be making that decision here. I don't think we want that.
What's your position on the vaccine, and do you see any bills coming down that are going to require the vaccine in our state?
Rumors only so far. It would be wildly unconstitutional to require a vaccine. But they may try to sneak one in somehow. We'll be watching for that. Obviously, I mean, I'm for choice in this matter. If you want the vaccine, you should be able to get it. If you don't want it, you should not be barred from a job or anything else for not having it. To some degree, though, we have to let individual companies and businesses and people make those decisions. I just don't want to see any dictates from here on the people. You know, we should stay neutral here on this. Let individuals and individual businesses make up their policies.
Was the governor here today, or is he on Zoom today?
I didn't see him.
Okay, and I want to get back to that question because he had the 30 days in the beginning of his emergency powers, and then for him to continue that emergency power, which is the first one that you said that the governor said that he did not, that does not apply.
All right, you're kind of mixing things up here. The declaration of emergency has no time limit. Proclamations made in the wake of a declaration of emergency, some have time limits of 30 days, some do not. The underlying declaration of emergency by law has no time limit.
30 days.
No, it has no time limit. The RCW applies to we don't want to get into legal. The RCW applies to proclamations made under a declaration of emergency. The declaration itself does not have a time limit. And that the controversial point is, some argue all proclamations should have the 30-day limit. Others argue only some do. And the only some argument has been winning lately.
What about, it says that the headquarters is at Camp Murray. Does that mean we're under martial law?
No, we're not under martial law. All right, well, listen, everybody, stay engaged. Contact your legislators.
One question, sir. Was there talk inside of there about martial law?
No.
We heard from one representative that there was.
And why do we keep hearing about the Insurrection Act?
That's why
These are federal issues.
Federal martial law. Yeah, we were told
These
that
are
there was
federal
talk
issues,
inside
not
the
state
Capitol
issues.
about federal martial law.
We would not handle anything like that here. This is the state.
So there was no talk inside of there about martial law?
No.
Okay. We were told that by a member of Congress.
There's a lot of rumors right now.
Thanks. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for being out here on a rainy day. Stay engaged.
All right. Hey, Dana.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, let me get a good shot here.
All right. That's that.
Protest, we can't. We don't have any representation.
Sorry it took so long.
How's the gun laws looking?
I wish we had a bigger crowd.
The state senate's running them already.
Barbara,
They have
Ellie,
run the magazine
is anybody
ban.
still hanging out? Just want to say hey.
We killed it before, we'll kill it again. I'm not. I think there's going to be.
You're talking
Facebook.
In court, you mean?
No, we killed it here last year.
No, last year.
You know, it's the same bill basically. You know, I think there's going
To
to
the
be so
7 people
much
hanging out
jam up
over on
the
Facebook,
budgets and the
and
money
to anybody
issues.
hanging out over on
They don't even
YouTube.
have the
Let me see.
I'm not
36
sure
you
that
over
they're
there.
gonna do it. I mean, you know what it is.
Normally
We
when
run
things
those
trickle out
bills
and they calm down, I tend to let streams go. I know they're not going to get views. I know that,
Not a lot of gun.
you know what I mean? It's nothing that's imperative, but still, it's info. And, yeah,
Do you think you guys are going to have regular crossover? Do you think
it's to give you guys a chance to chat with one another. You know what I mean?
the common sense
And
side?
to stay engaged. So
I'm hopeful. Today's vote
I
on
hope
the
you
rules,
appreciate it.
even though it's kind
And,
of a
yeah.
technicality type vote, not a huge policy vote.
That's
I
the
mean, it
reason
went
why I
party line.
tend to let things
So that's a
roll.
hopeful sign that the moderates, you know, on our side will stand for constitutional concerns. The key is how many of the ones from the other side of the aisle can we get to come over? And today it was a party line vote. But we will be working all the time on trying to get.
You know, it goes without saying. I don't have to let it go, but you guys are definitely worth it. So
we can't give up. We can't do
that's the
ourselves.
reason I
We have
do.
to find people of
And
goodwill
for anybody wondering, that guy to the right there is
I'm always
Philip.
hopeful we can find one
He
or two.
doesn't have any front teeth.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for being here.
And there's currently a suit against the city of San Francisco because his dental plan will not cover the charges, obviously, of his front teeth that are no longer there.
I've been there a few times.
It always sounds good when you get a job. Oh yeah, dental, you know, it's included, you know, medical, yeah, up until you need anything past primary care. Then, no.
Oh, on the 6th?
Different.
On the 6th? Well, I hope
Sherry,
we'll go on the 20th.
Cher, Janice, girls, Marie, hanging out at work. I gotta run out. I gotta run to the pharmacy. I gotta run to the vape shop real quick. As this trickles out, I'll be on the watch to see if anything comes from Seattle, Portland, the West Coast, LA, etc. Sacramento, like last night. And yeah, I'll keep you in the loop. If anybody happens to be viewing on Facebook and isn't a follower, I welcome you to. I go live every day covering current events, politics, rallies, riots, protests, etc. And if you care to join, again, the awesome community that we have and those in chat, you're welcome to type in !notify to get notified. And yeah, because this stuff happens at the drop of a dime. I mean, I'm watching it most of the day, but the stuff that matters, that's what I roll with. Christy, Tarina, beloved. Brian, thank you so much. Nikki, thank you. Michael Wilson, good to catch you for a stream, brother. It's been a minute. Good to catch you. Good to see you.
It's true.
That building there is it's a beautiful building. I do like that architecture.
All right. Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, Stacy Snow. If I could, again, Facebook's been weird as hell. I haven't been able to react to a single comment. There's no option. I can only, oh, now I can. Where's Stacy Snow? Bam! Just threw some love your way. Nikki, welcome to the family. Tara, I think you were already with us, if I'm not mistaken. But still, welcome. Happy to have you. Dolores, thank you. So good to see you. Pam, thank you for modding.
A lot of people didn't show up.
Thank you for
today.
helping, you know, keep the community at a pleasant place for all. And to just donate your time and your energy like that. I thank you. You know. Corinne, good to see you, girl.
I'm basically one big power bank.
Greta!
I got my canopy.
I saw you,
I got my
Greta.
umbrella.
Actually, on BCP's stream before I went live, I was hustling and bustling to prep all 3 different streams. And I literally, I just changed everything from yesterday
Yeah, a lot of people did
to
show
Twitter
up today.
and that whole
More
thing,
people
planning
yesterday.
to go that route. And then I saw this come back, and I'm like,
go over here real quick, give you guys a final
just deleted that
rundown of today's
3
events before I go home. As you guys can see in front of me here, we've got the Washington State Capitol building here in Olympia,
Tara,
Washington.
you started
we have
when
750
we started the Where's Waldo girl?
National Guard troops
Oh, digital
that
hug.
were called in to protect this building.
So
and the
today
people
was
inside
a sentimental day then.
from
At least it is to me.
This crowd right here in front of me.
Oh, that's
see
awesome.
See this dangerous crowd right here? Right here.
Stacey
Boom shakalaka. This dangerous crowd right here in front of me. 750 National Guard troops to save the governor
again.
And this
being viewer funded, I couldn't do it
session from this
without those who are considerate enough to think about what goes into this, the logistical feat and
there was a
organized chaos.
There was a guy who
I just truly
was
appreciate
here
you.
Earlier,
the messages you sent with them. So, people who donate.
Saying that he was going to go inside the building, said he was supposed to go inside the building. He was quoting the Constitution to the National Guard and the State Patrol, informing them of the constitutional Washington State constitutional right to be a part of the building.
Greta, you're loving it, girl.
The actual words of the Constitution say that the building will be open.
I'm so happy.
It will be open.
And I didn't plug it today, darn it. I have to start remembering to.
He was threatened with arrest a couple times for trespassing if he was to walk through the gate or over the yellow line.
You know what I mean?
That you see on the ground
even for
there.
Viewers who watch on YouTube, but still use
he
Facebook.
Did. He got arrested for trespassing on public
hang out
property.
In the group. It's
awesome. Yeah, that happened.
You know.
These guys are the few people that are here right now are.
Tara, if I could react to that, I would send love your way. Pam, dude, was that you? I knew that was you, Pam. Thank you for sending my love.
Out here,
Tara, you're just incredible. Thank you.
Pretty
and
much
to anybody who's still watching, I just,
right to
as always, hope
be
this
a part
finds you
of
all
the
doing well.
legislative process.
I hope you're having the best day possible.
Yes, currently this is a hangout. The organizers of the protest, of the initial protest, they've canceled. A few people still showed up.
Yeah,
a few
I'm going to
Antifa showed up.
it,
There
and
was
I
some
should hope
heated
that the par
conversation,
of Blur,
some heated debate.
They get their servers straightened out or whatever, but I got to figure out a way, a file to get that because currently it's unavailable.
And myself
via Google.
I got a little into it.
So I'm looking for the APK file, which is any Android phone that's downloaded the app already has it.
Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell.
And they're online. It's just I can't search through Yahoo. I tried today or Google.
I am looking for sponsors since the great
beloved, this was a protest. There was a session today
Facebook
basically to ban assault rifles and to impose taxes and stuff like that on munitions.
YouTube is
again, in Washington.
the only
the National Guard is already here.
monetized platform that I'm
this
on.
is a
Thank you, everybody, by
continuation
the
of
way, who
yesterday.
has donated today. It definitely means a lot.
Corinne, what's this guy's name?
I am now going to go home and warm up. I am freezing.
This would be.
It has been raining and it is really
the
cold.
common sense
and my muscles and bones hurt. So
and he's a bit
I'm gonna go home and warm up.
But a good streamer, and yeah.
Yeah, Facebook shut me down. I can still post on my private personal profile, but I am actually unable to post on any of my pages. That is over 600,000 people that I can. Well, I mean, 600,000 people already were not going to be seeing them anyway because of the censorship. But I mean, that's literally 600,000 people, potential people that I cannot reach. So good times.
Thank you.
Good times. Thank y'all for watching.
Copying that
I'm
now.
I'm gonna warm up.
Boy, go ahead.
Thank you, mods. You
You're
guys are
downloaded
awesome.
automatically
You guys are amazing.
last
It was really
night,
nice not
Nikki.
seeing
Your
all the
update.
trash.
Oh,
I do have a Telegram group. I will be posting it. I will be updating all of the descriptions.
I'm literally turning mine off so that my Google is what it is on my cellular device.
See the link on
so
the
that it can be
community
installed.
tab.
No.
It's the CS Conservative. That's the address. Join
Tara,
the Telegram group.
Don't confuse me. That's my dad. My dad is United States Marine Corps 67, 68. He was in His mom signed the waiver when he was 17, so he went down to Lejeune then.
Thank you guys. Thank you all very
and
much.
was in by 18.
Have a
But I
wonderful,
didn't serve.
wonderful rest of your day.
I worked myself to death by the age of like 22, and like the past 10 years, I've just been working myself to death, either with physical therapy and all the other treatments and procedures and surgeries and crap and whatnot. But yeah, that be what it is. That's why I try to make the most of every day and focus on what truly matters. So, and that's why I appreciate all of you, because once your health is affected, you truly realize that money and tangible objects aren't worth very much. They're not worth anything actually compared to your health, happiness, wholeness. You know, Semper Fi, Stacy Snow, Semper Fi. But the utmost respect, gratitude, and appreciation for anyone, both actively and previously serving. Bard's Eye is live, Nikki. Good to know. All right, I have to run to the pharmacy and the vape shop. It should take me all of 20 minutes or so. I plan on restreaming him when I get back. I'll already have the stuff in the streams, and shouldn't take very long to go live. But yeah, I gotta get to the pharmacy today. I didn't get there yesterday or the day before, and they close at 7. But thank you, and I will be running with him. Man, he's freaking quick. He is close. I can't, girls. Bard's Eye said he's on his way. Literally, what, 5? Not even 10 minutes ago. That was like 5 minutes ago. Shannon. Corinne, Stacy, Greta, thank you. Look forward to seeing you in the future. Marie, Janice, thank you so much. Dex and you as well. Marlboro, Be Well, Wolf, my man. Everybody on YouTube, thank you guys. Appreciate you. All right, that wraps this one up. Another one bites the dust. I hope you had a great time hanging out. And yeah, thank you so much again to the mods. Shout out. Yeah, Janice, I didn't eat yet. Good call. Good call. Thank you. Actually, I should grab something when I'm out. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. Everybody have a great evening. Marie, I'll talk to you soon. And anybody else in group, I hope to catch you for a watch party soon. You too, Nikki. Take care of yourself. Be well. Beloved, glad to catch you. Hope to catch Takesha69 sometime soon, too. Karen from the UK. I hope you having a good day. Catch you on the flip side, Stacy Snow. One of my favorite quotes from Boondock Saints. Have a great night, girls. And yeah, let me scramble. Let me run out. I just got to grab my keys, jacket, get dressed, and get these errands done. But yeah, hope to be up later. Thank you so much again.